Sex, do it right. Sex, through the night. Sex, do it right. Sex, through the night.
Hey guys, I hope y'all can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can, or just basically start screaming at me in the chat if you can't. Good to see everyone on a Friday night. Welcome to Friday Night Flicks. Steve, it is a knife channel, it is a human channel, it is an EDC channel, and it is an all around hangout channel. You are welcome to join. What is up, everybody? I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to do some greetings. Wish you guys a wonderful, wonderful weekend to come. We got Brother Marco. Welcome, buddy. We got Neil McKenzie, channel member. Good to see you, Neil. We've got Brother Angelo, who does not. I got to fix something real quick. And this is the thing that slows me down. Hold on 1 second. Let me get Angelo wrenched up. All right. Okay. We have got Space Ghost channel member. What is up, Space Ghost? And we've got my main man, brother from another mother, Paul Mills, channel member. Good to see you, Paul. Hope you're having a good night, buddy. We got Stephen Clayton Jr. early in the house. I appreciate you guys being here early. I know it's kind of weird, but I started at like 8, even though the stream doesn't start till 8:15, but I always try to start early, i.e. it's 8:13 now. But I just do that because it gives y'all, if you want to, a place to hang. But anyways, good to see you, Steven. Good to see all you guys. We have got T-Fetch. T-Fetch, we've got a special little hang event tonight with T-Fetch, courtesy of T-Fetch. Yo, buddy, good to see you. Fed Harrison, channel member. What is going on? My brother from another mother. And I'll tell y'all something kind of funny. And this is kind of my weekly story, right? My medications have kind of been a little wacky on my ADHD. And I watched something earlier today that made me kind of trigger, I guess. It was knife related. And so I've been deciding if I was going to vent on it or not. And I'm not. Who knows? I mean, I could crash out. You never know. I could spiral and just start talking shit. But who knows? Who knows? Thomas McDonald, channel member, what is up? Great to see you, Ed. We got Snow Trog is in the house. What is up, buddy? Good to see you, man. El Cap Addict, channel member, knife extraordinaire, community friend to all. Good to see you, El Cap Addict. And we got Jim Tegler-Farah, channel member. What's up, Jim? And great friend to the channel, like all of y'all are. I feel like if any of you guys take the time to come hang out here, and we seem to have a very, very consistent group, and I really like that. Once I get caught up, which I think I'm getting close. Stu, welcome, buddy. This is a knife channel. Well, there are a lot of knife channels out there on YouTube. This is a channel that shows knives, talks about knives, but we also kind of talk people. So it's a good place to hang, man. You're welcome to chat. You're welcome to just chill. You're welcome here till you step out of line and one of these guys with the blue wrench will whack you. Brown Sugar, what is going on? Welcome. Kathleen Smith, how are you on this Friday night? Welcome. We do have a special guest tonight that's going to pop in, and next week I will put it on the thumbnail when we have a cool special guest. I'm trying to bring companies in, people in that I'm interested in, that hopefully you guys are interested in, but if nothing else, it gives great forums for y'all to ask direct questions. Chris Webster, welcome, my friend. Good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday Night Flicks. Happy Friday. Hope you have a good weekend coming ahead of you. But yeah, so we got a cool guest tonight popping in, familiar guests, maybe a few special guests that come in quite often. And then next week, just kind of really excited about that one. And then probably 2 or 3 weeks after, and I'm sure I'm gonna have some feelings. I'm trying to just get I put a community post up, and I don't know how many of y'all sharpen knives. I sharpen my own knives. I try to, right? There's one knife I'm gonna send to Kyle, but Kyle, and I'm not sure if he's gonna be even in the chat tonight. He's not feeling 100%, but I want him to be able to share because he's helped me some just by having him on. Like, I'm thinking about Kyle Clean Work Corner or something where he spends a little part of Friday Night Flicks helping people make sense of things that they might have questions about, whether it's stropping, whether it's just using a ceramic rod, whether it's using a fixed angle system. But what I'd like to do, and I'll probably come up with some kind of Google sheet, it's just a matter of getting my brain focused on it, where the community, you guys, the people that come hang out here, can put questions in. Because, Kyle would love to be able to specifically address questions that somebody has if they're trying to figure out, like I was, how to keep a tip even on my fixed angle system, which I was just simply, I had the technique wrong. And that was pretty easy to do. Ed, channel member, good to see you, buddy. So when I throw stuff out there, and it was late this week for me to even throw it out there. And I know a lot of people like me, if somebody asked that, I probably wouldn't necessarily know what question to ask. But like Kyle knows, any Friday night, he's going to be able to jump in, and I'm sure questions will come up because it seems to be, y'all give me a thumbs down if I'm wrong, but I seem to think that his visits on the channel have been very, very helpful. Do you have kitchen knives? As a matter of fact, there are so many channels that focus on kitchen knives, and I have knives that, because to me a knife's a knife, and you're exactly right. And if you use it for most cutting and it works for you, it doesn't matter what it's called, right? It doesn't matter if it's called a kitchen knife, if it's called a tactical knife. If it cuts what you need it to cut, that's fantastic. I've got some knives that are very close to kitchen knives, and one of my dear, dear friends who I respect, a knife maker in the community, Steve Calera, makes kitchen knives, and he makes variations, which is really just, and he'd slap me for saying this, and I'm probably wrong because I'm sure there are much more differences in the steel that he uses, the HRC, because he's a heat treat like genie. But the carryability, right? So kitchen knives don't come necessarily with a great way to carry them out of the box, where you can get a lot of knives that are kind of similar to a kitchen knife. You guys probably thought I just abandoned you. I was looking for, and it's in that drawer, but I don't want to dig in it. I was looking for my Vero Axon Fixie because I think of it is very kitchen like. And a lot of people have commented that this TRM red line is very similar to kind of a more kitchen chopper. Now, keep in mind, I'm a divorced dude who is no longer a voluntary hostage, and I don't do a lot of cutting and cooking. So I don't have a lot of kitchen knives, but this knife would seem like a great prep knife, kitchen knife. Now, I know blade steels tend to be different, and I know enough about knives that this would probably not be an optimal kitchen knife. but this is cool. We'll talk about this in a little bit. Since I'm not buying knives lately, I've been doing some weird stuff on Amazon. Thomas, I think I said hey to you, channel member, but welcome, welcome, welcome. Peanut, Fred, both of you, your sacrifice was not in vain. And if I even think about that just on an animal level, what's up, Brando? I think those two animals could have easily been, now this is my ignorant opinion, taken to another rescue, taken to somewhere where they could have been with other rescued animals. You know, I mean, I heard that there was some rumor about wanting to make sure they didn't have rabies. They're inside animals, they're social media stars. Now, there is more to that story, where the actual target might not have been Peanut and Fred, but we won't go there. It's a fucked up situation, and it makes my stomach hurt because animals wreck. Yeah. Cheers to Peanut and Fred. David Jewell, channel member, what is going on, buddy? What is going on? What is going on? But yeah, that's kind of one of those things that, you know, every now and then a story comes along that just kind of, I don't know if it's the way that it's presented, because again, more's come out, which still, to me, regardless of what's happening behind the scenes, Peanut and Fred were doing no wrong except just being cute, being close to being domesticated, which I don't think, I mean, it's just, I don't want to get into it because, like I said, I've seen some things lately that kind of triggered me and made me kind of want to do the Javon rant. And I rarely do Javon rants. And I've thought about doing a weekly Javon rant. So what I'm going to do is, besides having the channel member lives, I'm going to put out a channel member. And if it works out, I'll make it public to everybody. But I'm going to do a Javon's Thoughts weekly, right? And I'm going to do it sitting here, just kind of record it. I'm not going to name any names. I'm just going to give observations of things that I'm looking for feedback. Am I seeing things weird? Is something about this strange? Is there not? I mean, just again, I'm going to try not to get off it. Remember, in full disclosure, medicine's a little wacky. I don't know it's changed, but because my medicine hasn't. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times we focus on knives. For some reason, I don't have a good focus here because I don't have a professional setup. That's one thing about my channel for anybody who hasn't been here. I try to get good video content on my reviews and stuff, and I try to get a live stream that sounds good and looks decent. But it could be better, and it will be better. You know, I'm not saying that I'm never gonna upgrade my cameras and stuff like that. But when I got into the knife, what I will call obsession, which was right around lockdown, like a lot of people did, and started watching content, the way my brain works, which is not like most people's because it's very abnormal, but I like just the simple show me the baby, right? Show me the baby, flick it open a couple of times, maybe unbox it for me to show me what I can expect, how it's going to become. You know, it's more simple stuff. And I've got total respect, mad respect for people like Rochambeau. I had a conversation with him via DM tonight, and just, I mean, that dude is next level because, in my opinion, Rochambeau goes to places that are uncomfortable, like the steel. I joke with him about it. You know, y'all heard me making fun a couple of weeks ago about metallurgy, but he's willing and has the courage to explore it. Plus, he's a learner, which is a Gallup trait, which is a corporate way of grading people, which is ridiculous. But he's one of those guys that wants to know more, right? And I feel like he's authentic in his love for knives. Plus, he produces quality on a totally different level, content on a totally different level. And there's a great place for that. And I respect it. I'm not capable of it, or I don't have the time nor financial investment to make into it, or the learning curve to try to change that much. I always want to get better. I always want to make my sound better. I want to make my content better. And I've gotten some great ideas from those of you that answered the poll. I've got a different video coming out tonight, but I've got a comparison coming out Sunday that should be cool. And I always want to get better, but there I'm never going to be the production guy. I want to put out at least a video a day, and I do enjoy shorts. I don't know why. I do, and people seem to like them, and I get a lot of really weird comments from them because they go places that other things don't. So that's just me kind of rambling about nothing. And I apologize for these just streams of consciousness that spew out of my head for no particular reason. They just do. But sometimes they can lead to good content. Sometimes they lead to train wrecks. Brand new American channel member, I think I said hey to you when you came in. But again, my short-term memory loss and my, I guess, genetic predisposition to dementia. Lee Wolf is sending in several cool fixed blades that I've never purchased, but I've been interested in and looked at all of them that I'm going to be able to take a look at and share with the channel. And I'm stoked about that. And I want to thank Lee for that opportunity. Mark Parks, channel member, what is up, brother? And Lee's also a channel member. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And so far, just for Saturday, I'm still set for 11, which is earlier than our first one, just because, and I can go earlier than that. But 11 Central Time, that, I think we've averaged maybe 15, 16 people, stay a couple of hours, but people can pop in and out. I know Saturday is not a great time, but I am going to be adding, and I can share the thumbnail to Javon's knife thoughts. And it could be something that's very short-lived, because the first one could get me canceled depending on where my brain is. Because if my brain's where it is, like right now, it would not be the time to record it. Now, my friends, as we sit here, would not be the time for me to be alone and have an open mic to record my thoughts. Uh-oh. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if this is it. This is the thumbnail right here. I'm going to share it with you. And I'm thinking that each week, the only thing that's going to change on the thumbnail is the color. And if I've got a topic that's just like what triggered me today, but it's like something burning, I will put it cryptically in the title. Because again, my goal is to provide some extra content for people that are, able and willing to support the channel, just because I feel like that's the very, very least I can do. And have a place where I'm sure any thoughts I have are going to be, people, because they're not about any specific people that I can think of. To me, it's more about trends and things like that. So anyway, neither here nor there, just talking about kind of what's on the horizon, what you can look forward to or be ready to be terrified of. But I think it'll be interesting, and I'm kind of curious to see how it goes. I think it'll start off probably slow, probably more generic. But I have been keeping not a journal, but kind of like a bullet point of things that seem to constantly come back, and we all talk about them. And I'll chime in from time to time, and we all have our points, but I think they can be expanded on. I think some of them, and my goal again, because it's one sided. If I'm making a video, if it's not a live discussion, and maybe it leads to live discussions, but it's just basically one side to a thought that people might comment on. People might say you're out of your mind, which is very, very possible. Um, but I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be good content for members to kind of preview and see if it's something that's worth thinking about doing things similar to that in the future. Because that's something I'm really serious about. I mean, my production skills are probably not going to leapfrog anytime soon, but my content definitely needs to evolve. And I want it to be stuff y'all like, right? I mean, that's the only reason I make it. Contrary to popular belief, I don't make it to use links. I don't make it to sell knives. I don't care to sell knives. I make it because I really like knives. And the reason I still like knives, that my squirrel brain hasn't jumped off of them, is because I love all you guys. So I just want to be able to make cool content. And I appreciate people like Lee. And I'll never want to solicit knives from people, because that's not what I want to do, because I have to manage them. I manage them very well. But when somebody's willing to send me something to look at, I do appreciate it. And I do give them credit. I'll ask Lee up front, Lee, is it cool if I mention you when I do the unboxing? He might say no. All right. And I've already kind of let the cat out of the bag. So Lee, I apologize. What's up, Gons? The Maroney channel member. What's up? Mr. Eddie's in the house. What's up, Mr. Eddie? What's up, Demon Hawk channel member? Satisfaction's in the house. I probably missed a whole bunch of people because, again, not making excuses, but meds have been a little weird lately, or my body chemistry has been a little weird lately. And I got a lot of weird stuff, knife related, swirling in my head, or knife people related, swirling in my head. Be Shady 22. What is up, channel member? Robo Stevo. Good to see you, buddy. Bama Ninja, the man, the myth, the micro man legend. Good to see you, buddy. Oh, sweet. Hey, that's another thing, guys. I've been seeing on the Instagram, because I click on people that have rescued possums or possums in the wild, and I noticed that they really like fruit. They'll eat anything. If you Google what they eat, they'll basically eat anything. That's why a lot of times they're found in trash cans like raccoons. But they love fruit. So what I did the first night is I took an apple and I cut it in quarters, thinking that they'd sit on the porch and kind of crunch on it. Well, I'd walk by and there'd be a quarter of the apple gone. And I've got a camera that would just catch a flash that's on the porch. So I saw the little bastard come up with one hand in his because possums have opposing thumbs. And he grabbed this apple and run down the stairs. So the next day, I cut the other half apple into, like, I don't know, 18ths. I mean, I cut it into little 8 pieces, like wedges, and then I cut those wedges into little triangles, and I put it out there. And it lasted 2 days, and they'd come up and they'd sit and eat them. But they love apples, they love fruit. And tomorrow I'm getting broccoli and a couple of other things. And I was talking to my mom tonight, joking, saying I'm probably just baiting the porch for coyotes, because we also have coyotes, and I'm inside the city limits. And see, I think coyotes are cool too. I know they do a lot to pets. Mark Parks, channel member, and they cause a lot of issue, but I think it's the same situation where we've invaded their space. But I would be really in a tough space if I was sitting here watching my possums, not my possums, God's possums, crunching on some lettuce, and a scrawny coyote came up that's probably trying to feed its pups to grab one of my possums or one of God's possums. Would I pump a couple of freedom pills into it? I don't know. For I would be charged with discharging a PPU in the city limits. If it was Tippy, that was getting dragged off or attempted to be dragged off, I would think instinctively have to take that chance. But the possums, nature to me is a wild thing. I think it's awesome. I think, but again, I'm setting up kind of an easy situation for a predator to to come get a possum. But I hope he likes that Smuckers. I'm sure he or she will. They will. We'll call them days. And Robo, that's something that is really, really a misnomer. And I didn't know that because I thought the same thing up until, I mean, I can remember in high school, and this is horrible, but we'd see them and we'd hit them with the car. I mean, because they look so creepy. But they're North America's only marsupial. They very, very rarely catch any diseases because their body temperatures are so low. So rabies, viruses like that do not grow in them. They're super safe. They have a very short lifespan. They're the longest ones in captivity have lived 4 years. They usually live like 2 to 2.5 years in the wild. So they do all their stuff in a very short time, and they eat, I forget how many. I mean, they eat so many pests around your house, and they might like to live under your house in your crawl space. But unlike squirrels and other rodents that I dig to, but not as much, they don't eat wiring. They won't trash your shit. Um, they're a lot cleaner than people think, although they've got kind of a musty smell. And I learned all this from Google, from a lot of different sources, because when I saw them start hanging out on the porch where I got a really good view of them, their little feet were fascinating to me, and I couldn't figure out why. And it's because they've got little opposing thumbs, which is to me kind of a trip. And they're marsupials, which means, they've got the little pouch thing going on. Marisol, what is going on, channel member and my brother from another mother? But yeah, so I'm converted. I used to be a possum. I was I was a possum bigot. I'm just going to tell you, I was totally anti possum, and it was wrong. I was misguided. Because the pictures I used to see would be all the pictures of the mama possum showing her teeth, looking very aggressive. Well, she's got 8 babies behind her. Of course she's going to be. And that didn't mean she bit somebody. She's just posturing, right? That's why we plan ahead. That's why we plan ahead. I can remember because this is back well before my sobriety. I've talked about them, I'll keep it real short, but we had tornadoes come through Huntsville. We've also had an ice storm that shut the city down for 2 weeks, which was a whole bunch of other challenges. Because keep in mind, I was also on a very healthy narcotic addiction, and my sources were 30 miles away. So when the ice storm came, that was very sketch. And then when the tornadoes came outside of the city limits of Huntsville, which is a huge metropolitan area for Alabama, a whole, I forget what they call it, big station. I mean, like huge area that feeds pretty much everything was wiped out. So it was a lot of what they called critical infrastructure. So instantly the power was out citywide, and it lasted for 2 weeks. We didn't know it at the time, but the first thing I did was rent down to the gas station. Nothing worked. No registers. Nobody was taking cash yet. Nobody figured any of that shit out. So you were pretty much dead in the water. Luckily, I had a full tank of gas, so I was able to keep my phone charged because I was still married. This is 12 years ago. Robo, there's nothing they won't eat. They are, and again, they look terrifying. But if you're on Instagram, dude, I'll send you pictures of these little rescue babies, and they're neat little animals. They're kind of smart, and I kind of dig with them. Brando, I don't know who you're talking to, but my favorite pocket jank comes from a gentleman that's in the community named Joe Isabella. Also, Jack's lungs make some killer jank. But Joe, I don't know if you know the legacy of the Be Up, Jason Brown statement, but I've got a lot of Joe Isabella's jank, and I love it. This actually has glow resin in it. That looks like kind of a guitar pick, but it's thick and got nice contoured edges. Depending on what kind of jank, because I've also got, and I'm a big fan of certain types of fidgets, and not as much the titanium fidgets for pocket jank is these less expensive fidget boys, not because they're less expensive, but because they're so inexpensive and light. So they don't carry, like when I carry one of the titanium ones in my pocket, you feel it. Well, these little guys have just as good a magnet. I've got probably 8 of these. They're probably $30 as opposed to 130. And depending on what you're thinking about for jank, I like personally the organic jank, the jank that's made by hand. But I do like jank. And I'll tell you, this is an Amazon buy, I think, or it was an Etsy buy. And it's a little Ultim, just a little coin, little worry coin, about size of 3/4 stacked. And it's just a little clicker where you just kind of rotate it in your fingers. So it's annoying, but I find it soothing. And there's all kinds of different fidget jank. But if you're looking for fidgets, I like fidgets and I like jank. Now, they're not always part of my everyday carry, but I usually have a piece of jank in my back pocket. Let's go down and see who I'm missing. Sharper than most. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, buddy. I wonder how 8:33. How far behind am I? I'm only 10 minutes behind. I need to go fast. All right, Bama Ninja. We got David Jewell in the house. We got Mersalt. We talked to Lee. We talked to Mark. We talked to Demon Knock. We talked to Robo. I'm going to tell Mr. Eddie that Robo can't say hi back for like 4 more days because he's still holding a little bit of pissness. Sharp at the most, talking to Demon Knock. We got GFW2. And it's amazing that I got GFW2 together because another one of my unique brain things is I will take that. And I'm surprised I didn't go G2WF. It would have been just as sincere. And it wasn't that I wasn't reading the name. It's just that I'm not dyslexic, but I definitely jumble letters. So if I play, what is it, Wheel of Fortune, where they throw up a few letters, I can nail that shit because I can fill in, my brain fills in the blank. So I'm kind of savanty that way, but I'm also totally inept in pronouncing names and like taking 4 or 5 letters that don't make a word and totally mixing them up. What is up, drink water? Hello and welcome on a Friday evening. I'm sending Edgy a link right now because I do want company and I do want, and T-Fetch, I want you to thumbs up me and tell me, and you're welcome to jump up too if you want a link because I've got a big unboxing here from T-Fetch that we were going to do live sometime tonight, but we're here for a while. Got a giveaway, got another guest coming. Let me get to Instagram real quick because again, meds aren't on track. I want to make sure I give you guys the best little time. And the best thing about it is y'all spend time with each other, right? So y'all are here to hang with each other. I am just the annoying voice of confusion to keep you all in one place. So I'm going to go Edgy. Boom, boom, boom. Edgy, I almost sent you a text today, and I actually didn't because it was gossipy and it was funny as shit. I kind of alluded to it earlier, but I didn't think, I know how you are because you and I are friends, and you wouldn't have thought it was, you would have seen the humor in the way I was presenting it. And I'm getting wiser, but at the same time, I'm giving less of a shit. So I almost sent it Can y'all hear me? I got goober smooched. I got goober smooched, and I just got called, so I lost this camera. But I'm gonna kill it because y'all can't see those knives anyway. Only do that. Whoa, look at that. That's a good look. That is a good look. Let's remove that from stage because we're about to bring Shane up. I didn't hit the wrong button. It just crashed out on me. I love, love, love my 5.5. And I'll be honest with you, when I first got it, I did not, because the detent on this particular run of my Carta, which was about the third run of F5.5s, it was very, very light. And all the ones my buddies had were super snappy, which if you buy one, it will be super snappy because this was like the only case of that. And I went in and I got my little plastic county com wedge, and I wedged the lock bar overnight, not too much. And now it is snappy. It's got several things going for it. A, it's a Voxnez design. It's got really thick blade stock that comes down to a super, super slicey edge because it's a tall flat. I think they're reasonably priced for a Riot knife. Nice blade steel. I think mine's one of the old M390s, but just a design cutter, ergonomic, great action. And except for this one, when I got it, and it's a lot better now, has fantastic snap. I mean, again, the blade hole is the only deployment method, but it thumb flicks well, which I hate thumb flicking, and it middle finger flicks well. Now it's a smaller knife. And if I'm not mistaken, it's either Gary Last Ranger's worst knife ever. There's one guy in the, but he hates it for weird reasons. But I think it fits most hands. I know Pocket Metal loves it. He has about 2 or 3 because he and Shimiette both have it. It's a great knife. Space Coast, are they black bears? Are you in the Carolinas on the East Coast? Or are you? They're not Kodiaks, are they? Grizzlies? I've seen some great videos of people going up trying to feed grizzlies, and it's brutal. It's wild that Instagram, it's like nature snuffing people out. There's this one video of this dude riding, and I won't show those videos because last week I showed some Bo Jackson footage because I was a fan, and I showed some, I showed several videos because we'll do that towards the end of the night, kind of watch funny videos. Now, none of the animal video. Yeah, one of the animal videos got me, but I had 5 copyrights. Took my video not down, but demonetized it. I had to go in. It took me 24 hours to trim out all the parts. So not that y'all watch them back, but it's not uncommon for me to have to go in and trim out. Ooh, Space Ghost, that's tough. Mosquito bites are brutal. I'm very much, some people get bitten and they itch. I flare up. I'm very allergic to them. What's up, Crazy Roach? Channel member, good to see you, man. Good to see all you guys. Ed, that's a good price, but you can find them for less. If I'm not mistaken, let me do something real quick. I think I paid $249. Now mine's, I've had it for 2 years, but I think I paid $240, $250 maybe new. Let's go urban. But there have been so many generations, unless you're looking for a titanium. That's a great price. But they're all liner locks. So let's see. Yeah, the green micarta was $250. The one I bought was $250, which is the one I just showed you. But if you're looking for one, isn't that thing cool? You know what it is? It's called PixArt, and it's just a little thing that I can't do pixel art, but they've got a community of kids like younger than my daughter that make that shit, and you can go in and you can download it and set up. During Halloween, I had pumpkins. During Christmas, I can have Christmas trees. You can go in and get museum settings, and what's bad is I'm not going to do it, but they make a PixArt 64. I didn't know what it was when I first got it. It just looked cool, but they make a PixArt 64, which is 64 by 64. So it'll almost it would display my whole logo, and a lot sharper. But I think it's kind of cool. It looks old school, and it's cheap, dude. It was like less than, I got it on sale. It was like $49, and it's Wi-Fi, but it's got a thing that's called a social media counter. I haven't tried all of them, but I've tried hooking it up to my YouTube channel, and it's exactly 500 subscribers high. It reads $500 high. But during Halloween, there were great ones on there. I mean, really cool ghosts, all kinds of cool shit. And people are adding to it every day because these kids, I guess, have nothing better to do than to make really cool PixArt. I guess that's the thing. It's not, a lot of it comes from Japan, and a lot of the kids here are into it. Ticks, GFWT or W2, if you're talking about the type that suck your blood, I had my first experience with a tick that was very traumatic when I was at summer camp the summer between 5th and 6th grade, right after my balls dropped. That'll give you an idea of where I found it. And then ever since, I'm disgusted by them. And I do find them, and I'll keep them in a bag in case I get really sick. And I could have some latent type of disease, but I don't think I'm in the area where the deer ticks are. I've just got these little nappy ones, and they mess with my cat. They mess with my dog when she was alive. But yeah, they're no good. But you know what I learned, and this sounds crazy, and y'all probably won't believe me, but you can take a tweezer, you can take a match, but you can take a tweezer, put it behind their neck, and slowly pull their head out and hope you get it. Or you can get something just to grab them lightly, and then get something like a stick or something and tickle their ass, for like, I don't know, 5-10 seconds, and they will back out. Think about it. I mean, somebody's tickling your ass, you're going to look around and see what's going on. But they do it. I checked it last time, and I did it with just my finger because I didn't give a shit. It was just the back of a little hard thing that was sucking on the side of my body there. And I was at a camp out, and I just sat there and rubbed it, and it backed right out. And guys, Space Ghost is right. And you always hear these bad things about DEET and how it'll poison you and cause you to be sick and all this stuff. DEET works like a son of a bitch. Every time I buy and I'm go camping and I buy mosquito spray, I always make sure it's full of DEET. Make sure it's full of DEET. Because again, when I was a kid, we grew up in the 70s, early 80s. We ate lead paint off our windowsills. We never wore helmets and went over our handlebars every week. So I don't expect to have a long quantity of life. So DEET, I hate mosquitoes. That's why I love when I go camping, and I would recommend it to you guys if you're campers and you're not married to be it's not mare salt. And I'll tell you what else, Lyme disease is no joke at all because it's so mysterious and affects you so many different ways. But I got an Eno, which is a hammock, right? So you can camp it. It's a camping hammock, but it's called the Jungle Nest, and it's about 3 years old. I think you can get it on Amazon, but they've got a new, more improved version of one now. But it's basically a hammock that I can set up, and it has an enclosed net that's part of the hammock. So the only time I open the net is when I get in it. So I've camped in it now about 5 times. I bought a tarp for it because I camped in it in a really bad rainstorm and thought I was going to get wet, but I didn't, because I'm not real good at tying my guidelines. But that I've never once had a mosquito get in with me in my net. And I'll hang my little Olight, this one, by a little hook, a little magnetic hook. And hammock camping's been the way to go for me, but I'm doing it solo. I would not want to hammock camp with a partner. Look who's here in the hizzy. What is going on, Edgy?
I need to ask a very serious question first of all.
Ask it. You want me to give you the full screen, or are you asking me?
No. I want you on screen. Are you okay, dude?
Me? I'm great, dude. What made you think my spiraling's opening?
Dude, you are talking without punctuation.
Well, of course. Like I told you,
I've never seen your ADHD at this many hundreds of thousands of RPMs, dude. You are wide open, man.
well, I'm calming it down, and this is the only one I'm going to drink, and then I've got my 2 little THC drinks, so I should mellow as the night goes on. But no, I got triggered, dude. Somebody I was in a group, a random group, and I was told about a Spiral Crash Out to go watch at a certain time frame, and I did, right? And somebody I don't watch much, and I sat there and I just went, "OM fucking G." And it's hilarious, and I'm not going to talk about it. I'll talk to you about it later tonight. But and I almost sent you a text. I had it all typed up. It was sarcastic, but I thought, no, I know how Shane knows me, and he's going to think I'm being petty, and I wasn't going to send it.
No, dude, if it affects you mentally, you're not being petty.
It didn't affect me mentally. I've been mentally affected in a good way. I mean, it's not, I haven't been manic, but I've just been scatterbrained. I had my therapist appointment at 4:15 today, and it was funny because I asked them about mental disability, right? You and I talked about that. And they were like, "John, I hate to tell you this, but you're way too functional. Yeah. You need to work on your resume. You need to get up." And all I have to do to work on my resume is take my old resume and my current LinkedIn and merge them and go back to work. That's what I need to do remotely. Find a job where I can do it remotely. Absolutely, Bama Ninja.
I've been listening the entire time, and I'm like, this has all been one sentence.
Well, that's what you got to remember.
Complete sentence.
But you've sat with me where I've started a really important thought, and I'll pause. Something will get me distracted. Squirrel, like Lee just said. Yeah. And I'll totally forget what the point that I was trying to make. But it was a valid point that I wanted to get across. So run-on sentences are the only way for me to get a point across. And even though they don't get across, they get off my chest, and they're cathartic. It's cathartic.
Yeah. I have decided I'm going to bail out on No Shave November, dude. I hate it.
Today. I wasn't even thinking about that.
God, I hate it, dude.
Once you get past, if you can go one more week, because you look like you grow. How long grows that? 3 days?
No, this is
on your neck.
It's at least a week, probably a week to 10 days. It don't grow, and it grows in different directions, and it don't feel good.
Oil on it.
And it's solid white. No, I'm just going to shave it.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that if you were doing it for a reason, but my point is, for the longest time, Joe Isabella, what's going on, buddy? Bama Ninja, it's all about the quality of the substance that'll make it.
It's too strong. No shit.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, believe it or not, the more synthesized and purer, the less of a negative effect you're likely to have off a lower actual dose.
That sounds exactly like somebody who abuses LSD would say.
But the ED in the past, I have abused everything except the one drug that I openly admit I never abused. Thank God, because I probably would not be here today. But yeah, I mean, I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, shaving your neck if it's itchy. I've never tried to grow a full beard. Now, I've gone a few days without shaving, and I've thought about it, how long it would take this to catch up with this. But then I thought I'd just look like David Letterman. And do I want to do that?
No. I'd pass as you too. Let me find my glasses, dude. I can't read the damn chat.
Yeah, I need to go. See, that's the whole thing. If I conform, I think I could get by with a remote job by putting my hair in a ponytail, because that's how I did it when I was working professionally. But I would have to work on the beard. I would have to shave it back to a reasonable size goatee. But I could do it thicker, kind of like Bob DeMarco, or where I didn't have to have it so short. David Jewell, I know it does, but you see so many people that get like Stevie. Does Stevie shave his neck, or does he just let it grow to the natural line and he's dealt with that itchiness? Doesn't Stevie, I know he trims it. I know he keeps it very well groomed, but I think the grow line, a lot of what I consider lumberjack looking manly men, let it grow wherever it's going to grow and then just keep it at an even length.
Yeah, I think you let it get up in here, though. That's a bit much. And that's I'm not liking it at all. And everything outside my goatee is white.
That's bizarre.
Even the outer edges of what I keep is white, but all this is white.
But that's what makes you uniquely you, dude.
I guess, man.
You gotta go with it. You gotta go with it.
No,
So how's the knife making going, and what do you got going on? What's been happening? Jason Grant's going to jump in.
I've had a little bit of a setback. It don't have anything to do with the knife making. It has to do with the transportation of my family. Everything we own has been in the shop.
No.
So, yeah, it's had me down for a few days. When I go back tomorrow, I'm going to get Snot Rag and Paul Mills final shaping done, so I get them shipped off. That's already been a little too longer than it should have been, but I haven't had a way. You know, the wife, you know, she has a full-time job responsibility, so I have to, you know, I've had to sit at home while she works. So,
but isn't she super supportive of your effort?
Oh yeah,
I mean, so y'all work different times, which makes great coverage of your main responsibilities.
Yeah, and it's not just within this household. My mom's car is down, so it's just been, everybody's having to give everybody rides, and I haven't been able to get to the shop in a few days.
Believe it or not, I can empathize with you. I wrecked 2 in 10 days. I hadn't had a wreck since I was 16, and wrecked 2 in 10 days. My main car, my backup car. Crispy Critter, welcome, brother. Good to see you.
Yeah, when I ship those, I'll actually have, I mean, varying sizes, but I'll have like 3 batches off. I'll have 4 or 5 in this batch. I've got almost 30 at Transparent Knives right now. I've still got 4 at Steve Kalari's. I'm waiting to get back. He got if we had gotten lucky and he just heat treated them and tempered them and could have shipped them back, but they had some work that was going to take some work, and he would have to stop what he's doing to do that. So I've been waiting on him to get a break.
So you spread out your heat treating a little bit to make the load better. You got some going to Brian, some going to Steve, or is Steve doing something different for you?
Well, they're different steels, but no, they're pretty much doing the same thing. I was just trying to kind of spread the love.
I would just think the cost would be so much less dealing with someone in Gainesville versus, I didn't mean to say Gainesville, Florida.
No, I mean, I'm paid them the same because I wouldn't feel right if I didn't. And
hold on,
it's the same either way. But I've made up my mind, and a lot of people will disagree with me and tell me I should get the grinder first. But this is the thing: I can continue doing what I'm doing with the grinder I have now. So I'm going to get a heat treat oven first. There's and it's not that, I mean, I like having stuff heat treated by those guys, but you know, once I realize that it's just a recipe, you just follow the recipe exactly and you get your desired result. But it's just the logistics. Like, if you order a knife from me today, and even if I have the steel here already, let's say I don't have the steel, so I have to order the steel. You know, I might have it in a week, and then as soon as I get it, if I get it, cut out and shaped and shipped off.
Jason, come up anytime, buddy. Talk with me and Shane. You guys have met.
But I don't know if it's going to be 10 days or 50 days before I get them back.
Did you tell me, or did I dream it, that you were saving up to do your own small heat treats to start playing with that? You told me that, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got a way to get the oven. I could order it Monday, but I want to do it on my own.
Sure.
I want to just pay for it one time and be done with it. I just think the pride of that would be a lot.
Check out what Pretty Fly said. I don't know what the cost difference would be, but I know you've got the technical know-how to do that kind of stuff.
Building a forge where you can heat treat carbon steels, I mean, you can do that for less than $100 at the hardware store. But an actual heat treat oven, I'm not doubting what Pretty Fly is saying. But
you have to have constant temperatures and be able to set
something that's going to reach an exact temperature and hold it there, and let it quench at that temperature for however many minutes the recipe calls for. I wouldn't trust myself to build it. Now that guy may be really good at what he does, so
Man, on a totally different subject, you probably guys, and I don't know where to share it, where it would show up in somebody's feed, but I clicked on it once and I see it all the time. But this guy makes these medieval, and they're not medieval except for the fact that all he uses is wood and like a rubber band or some kind of other thing to move the other parts of what he makes. And he makes these freaking projectile throwing little hand cannons out of just stuff. And he,
Yeah.
I mean, and when you look at them, they're like they're not like chintzy looking. And he's forget his channel.
man, I feel sorry for your algorithm tonight.
What?
I feel sorry. Your YouTube
Oh,
remote is going to get wore out tonight, so
dude, that's we joke about
I
it.
see a rabbit hole coming for you about 4 a.m. that we can't even imagine.
Dude, you wait. I might go late tonight, and I might, like I said, I may crash out. And if I crash out, I'm going to make somebody unhappy. Ooh, God, it'll be ugly.
Is Jason going to come up? I'd love to have Jason up too, man.
He is. He's going to come up in a second. Well, somebody said hey to him in the channel, and I think he's probably, like I told him when he got through with family stuff, just jump on whenever.
I'd like to pick Jason's brain a little bit off camera too sometime.
Well, like I said, I'd love to get y'all together because I know one thing that he went through, and I know you still are never going to do this and you hate it, and I'm not trying to change your mind, but I know he went through a major process with Kydex, and I watched the evolution of it, right? And the little tricks that he figured out didn't take him any more time. It actually made him more efficient and much more better. For example, much more better. Oh, fuck it. I can't. I have to reach back there. Don't feel sorry for my algorithm. My algorithm means nothing, guys. That's the whole thing that y'all, I joke about it.
I was talking about your channel. I'm talking about your personal one. Like the rabbit hole.
No, you guys, anytime you were to walk through my brain, the worst it is when I wake up. So when I wake up, I have to take several medications every morning. But I'm very scrambled. But I was like that forever. But the difference was I was able to, I'd found a combination, although it doesn't always stay that way, of street substances that were allowing me to navigate the rocks of life and keep a job. But it's different. Sobriety's a challenge in terms of getting your brain right. And when your medicines are not right. And I did talk to my doctor this afternoon, and I got a couple of things that we've changed and I'm picking up tomorrow, but it throws things for a loop.
This reminds me of this last
which chat?
This last female friend that I had. I was I would kind of sit back and listen to her talk like I'm listening to you right now. And all that was going through my mind is how crazy this person was. And I'll never forget, dude. She was like, "We need to hang out Friday, but I gotta go to Chattanooga during the day, and I'll let you know when I get home." And I'm like, "What are you going to Chattanooga for?" And she's like, "I gotta go get my sight meds balanced." And I was like, "Yes, the fuck you do." You absolutely need to go get your sight meds balanced.
We make fun of it, but
you and her would be perfect together, dude.
No, that's the worst.
You're right. Y'all kill each other.
What somebody like me needs. A good wife was good, and I didn't have a good wife, but I had a wife that still helped.
She would not do that.
So if somebody in the chat started a conversation, or you did, I could talk about that and try not to get off topic.
Yeah.
But if not, I still got these like other 12 or 13 little cognitions going on in my brain, some that are knife related, some that aren't.
13 other little what?
Cognitions, thoughts, little firing.
It's a big word in Alabama, dude. You hear me in Alabama use cognitions.
call them firing little thoughts. What'd somebody just say? You need a dead girl.
Yeah.
Stotrog, I'm sorry, dude. Like I say,
no, we're not complaining, dude. It's entertaining. It's just on another level that even I was like, holy shit, man, is he okay?
I believe it or not, it's been a great day. Like I said, I knew I had my appointment this afternoon, which I was looking forward to, and I wasn't in any kind of distress. I just know when for one, I rarely get triggered. And what triggered me was kind of petty, but at the same time, it was I was witnessing something very narcissistic in front of a large audience that I care a lot about.
Oh, we're talking about a live stream then, huh?
So as I was saying, so as I watched this unfold, this turned into a diatribe by the creator that was, why not me? Well, it was a thing that just, and I'll keep it at that. It was disheartening, and it made me want to make a video about it. And I thought I can't because that's my friend. And I don't want to throw rocks at people, even though the text that I had sent to you, I said, I think I found the first video for my true calling.
Yeah.
And I even had a name for it. And I did. And not to throw rocks at you. And if he pops in here in a little while, he'll let the cat out of the bag. But I did send it to Pocket Metal because it was too well written not to send it to Instagram to somebody. But it was not nice. I'm over it now. I'm about to jump into check this out. Remember last week I showed you guys that District 9 THC soda?
Oh yeah,
THC soda. This was grape lemonade, and this flavor is so much better. It is absolutely delicious.
Let me say something I got. I want to cover something with you too, because you may have experience with this, but I didn't. So give me just a second.
Take your time. Hey Jason, if you're in the chat and you want to jump up anytime, buddy, you and Shane could probably share some pretty interesting knowledge for people. Since you guys know how to.
When I went to Tennessee to that little get together, had my booth, there was a young lady behind me, easily one of the most naturally beautiful young ladies I've ever laid my eyes on. Like no makeup, hair just hanging, just gorgeous without any work.
Let me pause you for 1 second. You see that probably every week, but go ahead.
Yeah. So, my bad.
No, it's okay.
She had a table there selling this product called Pot Shot. It's just these little like 5-hour energy drinks. And you could get them with 10, 20, 50, 100 milligrams. All the same size bottle.
Of caffeine or of the THC?
Of THC. And I was talking to her about it, and I told her my experience with Kratom. And she's like, well, that's funny because she's like, Kratom companies are constantly sending me samples, to see if I want to add them to my layout, my booths, and possibly sell their products. She's like, but I don't know anything about it, so I don't want to fool with it. And a little while later, I mentioned that I had left mine in the car, which was about a quarter mile away. And I really didn't want to leave my table. And she's like, hey, I happen to have a sample with me. Now, I've been researching this whole thing on Kratom, and sometimes I get confused when I watch these people talk about how it ruined their life. I'm just like, man, I don't feel anything when I take it. It just helps with my pain.
You're taking raw powder. So what was her sample? What was her sample?
I'm taking raw powder, and I only take a half a teaspoon.
Right. But what was her sample? Was it a liquid?
She gave me this.
Okay, that's a concentrate. That's a different animal.
Not the same thing.
No, that is for you. That would be the tiniest little sip, just enough to get that nasty taste because it tastes horrible.
Well, let me tell you something. I don't know if this is carbonated, but when I opened that first one, it started spewing.
Ooh.
I'm in someone else's building, so naturally I don't want it all over the floor. So what did I do?
You drank it.
I put it in my mouth and let it spew until it quit. So I drank over half of this at one time.
And then about 30 minutes later,
I was absolutely bouncing off the walls, dude. It reminded me of the first time I did a crystalline looking substance that I don't want to mention online.
Yeah. And that's
now I get it. If you're getting this,
but that means it's not lab altered. It's synthesized. So what that means
300 milligrams.
Right. So what it means is they've taken a big of what you get, right? And they've extracted the active ingredient out of it to a little thing. That's why it was probably $30. I mean, she gave it to you. But those little bottles, next time you come up here, we can drive to Tennessee. It's
No,
29.
I don't want any more of this.
No, just a regular. It's a place. It's a place.
The only way I would ever open this and use it is if I was out in extreme pain.
No, I was going to say,
I would be prepared for it to do that again. I would never allow myself to drink that much of it.
I would say send it to that Jack Wolf. But what I was going to say is when I went up there a couple of weeks ago, because I go up there to get just my dry, right? Yeah. So I'll go up there and just get, because they've got all kinds of different, just the powder. Yeah. But they had a different type of liquid, because I always get one liquid and they're really strong. That's what I had. Exactly. Good stuff.
Yeah, I get this for $60 for.
But they have like 30 different shots. I always ask the guy, what's the most popular that people are buying? And he showed me one. It was different. And I'm used to drinking, they're small, not big like that one, but I always drink this whole thing and I'm zooming along. And dude, just totally should not. I mean, I had to like stop at my buddy A to Z's house before I got anywhere close to my house and just chill.
Yeah, they just gave me 3D vision.
Yeah.
I see through things.
but keep in mind, it's not that it's chemically altered, it's that it's synthesized down. Right. So you're just getting a whole lot of
talking about, how easy and I've been really scared of that. I don't want to be addicted to that and I don't want to abuse it. So I never up my dosage. I take a half a teaspoon at a time, which is typically not even enough. So if if I have an extreme pain moment, I will take another half teaspoon, an hour later to get rid of the pain. But it's been very effective in my pain. But somebody just said I tried it once and it didn't do anything for me. That was the great thing about it to me.
You've got to find your exact. There's a happy place for everybody that's
first
different.
Time John let me try it, my pain went away within 10 minutes. But the best thing was I didn't feel anything.
Let me ask you something. When you say that, did you have any reactions when you stopped? Because I had a totally different experience, but I have gotten off one time a serious opiate addiction. So I'd gone through the real deal that put me sick for 60 days, 30 days, and then I couldn't sleep good for 90 days. So I'd seen like the real deal. So I'd gotten to where I was waking up. And you know what a pill bottle looks like? Not the ones you have seen, but just a regular pill bottle.
Yeah.
I would fill it up.
Yeah, like this.
No, about the smaller ones.
Okay, yeah.
That hold like 30.
Yeah.
Right. And I'd fill the whole thing up.
Size Tylenol.
I'd fill the whole thing up, which I think was 11 G's. And that's what I took every morning. So I went from that to nothing and had no problems. Yep. That's all you got to go. Find a tobacco store, Bama, in Tennessee. I go right up to Ardmore, and it's
Bama, though, dude. Don't take it. Don't just keep taking it until you feel
rough 2 days.
Okay,
Bando. Rough 2 days. So that's terrible because any rough days are terrible. But when I quit my originally doctor allured opiate addiction, I was sick like violently for 30 days and I didn't have a full night's sleep because of restless leg syndrome for 90 days. So if I can wean myself off of something like that with something like Kratom, it's
that 2 days is worth it.
Yeah. 2 days to me is a walk in the park. If I could have thought that, I mean, I would have gotten clean a lot sooner.
I can damn near sleep for 2 days.
Well, I was terrified. See, that was I think that's part of the reason it took me so long, because I was terrified of being sick. I knew what it was like to feel that way.
I will tell you this, when you see these things on it, like where this says watermelon, that is an absolute misadvertisement.
It tastes like ass, doesn't it?
Powdered ass.
Just ass.
Yeah, it's bad. Like one of the worst tastes you've ever experienced. There's no watermelon flavor in it. They might have dropped a little bit of artificial, but you can't tell it. Yeah, I'm scared of this. And now I understand because the people I was watching these documentaries were drinking.
Very true.
We're drinking like 10 of these a day.
And it's not for everybody. Dude, I watched the thing. You know who Kai Cenat is? He's one of the biggest streamers, an IRL streamer, and he's been doing this 30-hour stream. He's a totally nice black guy from New York who is a very positive message. Well, he had this rapper on, Kai Cenat, He takes 100 Percocets a day.
I
The
see
dude
you.
was on a strain and he couldn't even fucking stand up. The dude will be dead in less than a year. But 100 a day.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy shit. I mean,
That's $1,000 habit.
he's a rapper.
Oh.
He was in the Gucci store. He spent and he didn't know if they'd take his card, but he spent like $123,000 on fucking bling, or he wanted to be dripping. Stupid stuff.
B. Shetty, I disagree, dude. I hate the taste of it. Once you learn the process, I've got an actual measuring spoon that's a half teaspoon. I scoop it. I have it in my hand, and I have this glass full of water in the other hand. I put it on my tongue, and I wash it. I don't slosh. I just keep washing it down.
Let it run down the back.
If you try to use Mountain Dew or it's worse. I promise you. Water is the way to go. Just wash it down and be done with it.
Brando, that's a problem. So if you were taking something like what were they called? Like I used to get the little liquids. If you were taking concentrates, your tolerance goes up a lot. But literally 2 days of withdrawal is a walk in the park. What's up, Jason? Can you hear
What's
us?
up, buddy? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Sorry, I almost electrocuted myself with my lights, my lights for this stuff.
Yeah.
They
Jason,
were.
I once electrocuted a girl with the cords for my tattoo machine.
Oh shit!
I didn't even know it was possible. But
Apparently,
it had
yeah.
a bare spot in it, and where it was draped across her back, it actually burned her in a little spot. Have
Oh
you ever
yeah,
heard of
that
Okay.
could happen.
I never heard of that.
Jason, have you met Edgy American Shane?
Yeah, we've talked a couple of times.
I thought y'all have, yeah. And
It's been a
Shane's has been making some pretty cool knives. So I'd love for y'all to talk some stuff.
Oh, cool.
He's Alabama. No, Alabama's one of the few states that made it a no-no. Believe it or not, if you get caught here with that, you might as well have heroin.
With what? What are you talking about?
Kratom or Kratom.
Oh yeah, they sell that shit in the liquor store over here.
Yeah, most states. Tennessee has it legal. It's 20 miles from my house.
It's wild.
And it helps.
I don't try to talk anybody into taking it. I'm just telling you that I was taking 3 Percocet 10s a day for my pain, and I never abused them, so I didn't hate the Percocets. I hated the process of having to go get them and the way they treat you.
Oh yeah.
And so I was looking for something to replace that with. I've never abused Kratom, and it works just as good as the Percocet did, and I never feel a thing because I don't abuse it.
Oh.
But I don't tell anybody, hey, you should start taking Kratom. If you don't need it.
And it affects everybody different. Like someone said that they were taking some other meds. I can totally get it. Is T-Fetch in here? Because I was going to do an unboxing, and I want to make sure he's still in here, and I haven't done it yet.
Do it.
No, we're not. I want to make sure T-Fetch is here. But Jason, you've got some knives that you were going to show. You and I hadn't talked in a while, and I was kind of curious what you've been doing. I've seen some of your stuff on Instagram that you've been selling.
Yeah, I made a bunch around Halloween time, and then family stuff happened, and then I'm shadow banned, so not a lot of people see my posts.
I never see your posts anymore, Jason.
I post all the time. I post every day. Every day I post.
And I'm guilty of
not
not doing my
you in over a year.
because I see your posts every day, not just when you send them to me. And I need to share them more often. I just am bad about social media, guys. As weird as it is, I upload a video a day and a bunch of shorts, but I leave it there. I don't get in like I should.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yourself sees your posts, and Joe Isabella still gets your posts. People are saying.
I have a design question for you, Jason.
What's up?
Do you design a lot of shorter bladed knives because that's your style, or does it reflect the knife laws where you're at?
Oh no, I don't care about that shit. Okay. I don't know, just because it seems like most people want something that's easy to carry.
Right.
Here, hold up. Hold on.
Oh, I get you 100% because I make some bigger stuff like this, and I love this. But I get that, not everybody can carry this around all day, every day.
Is that about an 8-inch knife or is that a 7-inch knife?
This is 8 inches, but it's a thick, chunky 8 inches too, So yeah. Only reason I asked that is I haven't experienced much full size stuff from you.
Yeah, this is big boy right here.
Jason, do you still hate doing kydex? I know you've gotten a lot better with it, but is it a crutch in your? Is it a crutch in your side?
I mean, look, I do them. So they're adjustable. Some are 4-way adjustable. Some are 6-way adjustable now. Yeah, no, I've gotten quite a bit better with the kydex lately.
But do you hate doing it? Because Shane's at the point where he's learning, but at the same time, it's one of his least favorite parts of the process, and it's taking a lot of time.
At first, I hated it, but now I like it because now I can do some cool little, I'm getting the hang of it.
Right. Well, and Jason, you can understand this, I'm sure, but the reason why I dislike it is because I'm not happy with the result. You got
to play around, try different thicknesses of kydex. For some blade shapes, thinner kydex works better, and for other blade shapes, thicker works better. It's really fucking weird.
Yeah, I can tell by looking at your kydex right now, though, that your foam is certainly more dense than mine, just because of how crisp your lines are.
Hey, Shane, you know what that is?
No.
That's a Jason Grant kydex sheath.
Yeah, that's one of my first ones.
Okay. It holds the knife, but I put it in a little leather sheath. So I'm just saying, you can start here and go wherever you want without, just by.
I've got to find some better foam though, because I'm not getting those crisp lines that you're getting either.
So you got to go to, I think it's called Knife Kits or knifekits.com or holster.com. They're the same company.
Yeah.
And it's like maybe like $150, and it's their little press with the foam.
Yeah.
Dude, it changed the complete game for kydex.
Well, I tried to make my own with some Amazon ordered foam. And I don't know if you can see the screen right now.
I can. I'm adjusting my phone real quick because I was fucking.
You can see it's working, but these lines just aren't as crisp as what I'm seeing on yours. And I am using a thicker kydex because I have a friend that owns a major kydex company in town. He makes all the holsters for the Glock and SIG police and military store.
Oh, okay.
He's giving me his scrap kydex, so I know it's good quality kydex. It's a little thick, but he told me, he's like, if you're doing knives instead of guns, he's like, you need a super dense foam to make those lines hard and crisp, and I agree with him because they're not very.
Another trick is I bought a little convection toaster oven from the Goodwill. It's $20. I heat them to 400 degrees. That's and then you got to watch it though. You want it to be like, it'll burn the shit out of your hands, dude, if you're not careful. Yeah, and when I press, I don't because I'm an idiot. But it'll literally make the kydex stick to each other, almost where you got to pry it apart because it's so hot.
Yeah, I think that happens around 340 because that's about where I get mine. When I hit 340, the kydex is always kind of stuck together.
Yeah, I do 400, but I only leave it in for a couple minutes, But yeah, and then I really do think that the foam thing I'm telling you about, just go to, I think it's holsterkits.com. Right. Dude, I'm telling you, man, because I made my own, from the foam on Amazon.
Right.
It was night and day.
Yeah.
Night and day, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so.
All right, I'm going to the multi-molds. I'm about to pull it up because I think I found it. Let's see if this is it. Materials, tools. Where's my molds? Where's my molds?
Bando picks, I'm sure a t-shirt press is not cheap, though.
No, I don't think a t-shirt press. Now, on Amazon or Temu, it might not be that bad, but hole punchers.
What are you saying, John?
I'm just talking to myself while I'm looking for this freaking.
You were talking to me.
No, I'm on this website, and I'm multi-molds. Maybe that's it. No, those are like.
Well, I'll just say this for the record. I would much rather you guys get with Tactical Terry at 1931 Leatherworks and get you a sheath, or with Joe.
Yes.
And I totally agree with that. And Shane, how hard is it to get that relationship up front where it's kind of part of the package. I mean, I know
it's just another logistical step. So think
Yeah.
about that. I have to order the steel. They ship it to me. I cut it out. I ship it to Brian. Brian heat treats, ships it to me. I finish the knife, ship it to Kyle. Kyle sharpens it. So you'd have to ship it to Terry. The Terry would make the sheath and ship it to you. That's a lot of steps. So that's
a lot of cost in
$60 worth
shipping.
of shipping. Yeah.
Wow.
So there's one for 104. There's one for 174. There's an 8x12, an 8x24. 8x12 megaphone is probably what you're talking about, isn't it? Let me pull it up and see. Let y'all look at it and tell me if this is what Jason's talking about. This little press.
Let's see.
Let me get it here.
Javon, did you see did you hear the story behind this cup?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
With you and Molly?
Yeah. So I got Molly a cup with my face on it, holding a cup with Steve's face on it.
I think that's hilarious.
So that's the one, but I think, I mean, I'm not sure if it's different now, but when I ordered mine, there's also one where you can get it with black foam. I think there's 2 variations of foam you can get.
Yeah.
I really needed a silicone, like a.
Here's one for 824, and this one has extreme foam as opposed to mega foam.
That's what I got. That's what I got. That's the one I got.
Okay.
And
how much is it?
It's $124.95 before shipping.
It's worth it, dude.
And here's some inside pictures.
Yeah. See, the foam I got from Amazon too. Every time I use it, it scars the foam.
No, it's not
going to last long.
I've been using it over a year, and the foam's perfect, dude.
Okay.
It's totally worth it. And then it'll come with this weird like contraption, like a chain thing to clamp it shut.
Yeah.
I just used the 2, like the lever clips where, like the carpenter's clips, the quick clips.
Yeah.
Just buy 2 of those from like Harbor Freight, dude. They're like $6 each. Yeah. And that's it, dude.
Bando, I hear what you're saying, buddy. Hit me up on Instagram and let me know, what you're talking about and prices and stuff like that. I believe what you're saying. I just don't have access to one of those.
I emailed you that link just for shits and giggles.
I appreciate it. I'm going to look into it.
And Bando's probably right. I've never seen a t-shirt press. I know Pocket Metal knows a lot about those, but I don't know anything about the media behind them. What's up, Chris229? Channel member? Is Elmer in here? What's up, Elmer? Dan Vonderheide, what is up, brother? I didn't see you up there. This is
in here. I think somebody was asking if Jason was Emler. I didn't see Emler in the chat.
No, that's Jason Grant, Brass Brigade.
Yeah. I didn't realize Joe was
the man, the myth, the legend. I think a lot of these knives.
Joe's over here telling everybody fuck Kydex. I'm just kidding. He's not.
Well, no, and again, I'm not saying I think leather's better than cardboard and Kydex. I think a lot of times, like for me, I've got several of Jason's knives still in like a White River sheath, just because I haven't had the cash to put out for a sheath. So just to have something temporarily, leather's always better. But like you said, it's logistical to get a lot of stuff done quickly, right? But it's logistically hard to get sheaths done. Jason, so do you have, I'm going to make you big for a second so you can show off what you got there, what you've been working on, because a lot of them look pokey stabby.
Started this one today.
There you go.
Little Bowie with a hollow grind.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's a big one. Well, bigger.
Like 9 inches?
No, I don't think it's that big. Here's another little guy.
I like that finish guy with the compound grind. This over on my left. I don't know if you're mirrored.
This guy?
No, the far left. Other side.
Other left? Oh, this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's cool.
What is that? Is that because it kind of looks like it has a Bowie tip?
It does. I made this for my friend that I work with. He actually tattooed me, and I made this as a gift. He's like a biker.
I like that drilled sharpening tool.
I was going to ask you, and Shane, I'll show you because I'm going to give it away tonight. But the Amazon knife I'm giving away tonight has the first ever Javon battery powered choil cut into it.
What?
Yeah, I had to use I had to use my TS Prof as my clamp, and then I made my own sharpening choil with my little router.
There you go.
My little what's it called?
Dremel.
It's an off-brand Dremel. Yeah.
I was actually considering starting to do that too, drilling that hole for my sharpening tool before I start, my shaping.
Yeah,
I like how clean that looks, and I really like that one with two. That's really cool.
That's a double sider, right?
No, so it's just a false edge, but I can make them double sided.
Or somebody could sharpen that bought it, right?
Yeah, but I did that just in case someone wanted to buy it, that lived and say they didn't want a double sided. But I mean, I can make them double sided too. It's not hard. It's you just sharpen it. It's pretty easy. I mean, well, you can't just sharpen it. You have to actually go and redo the bevel so it kind of matches the other side.
Paul Mills, I've been running that through my head and I've drove myself crazy, but I'm not saying it can't be done, but I haven't figured it out in my head yet.
What's that, Shane?
He's talking about a leather lined Kydex. So you kind of get the best of both worlds, the rigidity and, to protect the knife. And
those are beautiful.
I get a good Kydex sheath, it's not an issue. Now, in some of mine, I'm going to tell you, I already had some knives that I noticed that it was rubbing the Kydex. This one's not, but I've had a couple, mostly on those little joke wolves. They were dragging coming in and out of the.
Did you see those knives, Jason, that Shane made?
No.
I'm gonna pull something up just because I think it's Shane. You don't mind, do you?
No, I don't care.
I was gonna ask Shane if he mind.
No, I don't care, man.
All right. You know Jack Wolf, right?
Yeah.
Who makes those imported fixed blades and imported slippies and stuff like that?
Uh-huh.
Well, Shane made a knife, a little handmade knife. I'm gonna share it right here.
Yeah, let's see.
He calls it the joke wolf, like a wolf. Look at it.
Oh, I like that.
I like it too.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, that one's yours, Javon.
And Shane, that sharpening choil looks clean. How do you cut that in?
Jason's gonna laugh when he hears me say it. I cut that in with a 4.5-inch grinder with a cutting wheel.
Oh, that's amazing.
I just go into it and stop.
So like a cutting wheel on my Dremel?
The same cutting wheel I use to cut steel when I'm cutting out knives.
Let me make Jason.
4.5-inch grinder with a cutting wheel this big around, spinning about 30,000 RPMs.
Oh, that's awesome.
That looks like a little cave cricket or a little angry cricket.
It is
carnivorous cricket. Ooh, a Tonto.
Yeah, with the compound grind, 3/16 of an inch thick.
Dude.
That's a lot of fancy grinding on 1.5 inch of blade. Isn't it?
A little blade.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I can grab it. If not, I'll make sure I can.
Yeah, I've been trying to get, trying to get the little intricate grinds down and all that shit. It's hard,
Yeah, I haven't progressed to that point yet.
What's hard? This one, dude.
Yeah.
When hawkbills like to get that curvature, follow me.
I'll tell people I won't even commission to make that.
I got a trick for you to start doing them when you do your first couple. A trick that I learned by accident, dude, that makes it so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd definitely be interested.
Yeah. You basically make a worn cliff and then you just freaking tap it on an 8-inch grinder, right? Say you take this and you just tap it so you get the, that shape. And then you just feather in your, you pull up that grind line to match dude, you just got to try it. You just take like a blemished warnie. Like when sometimes you mess one up.
Oh yeah.
Take one of your, your mess ups when you do a warnie and just kind of cut the claw into it, or the hook, whatever fucking you want to call it. And then, and then you just play with your bevel line and just bring it up and follow the, but now I got it down to where I can just grind it in now.
Yeah.
But it definitely,
I don't have a wheel big enough to grind it in anyway, so there's no point in me worrying about it right now.
Yeah. What are you using to grind your knives?
Dude, I'm literally doing everything on a multi-tool grinder attachment. So it's got a platen and like a 4-inch wheel.
Okay.
They were like $250 at Blade Show. I bought it 4 years ago.
Is the 4-inch wheel? Is it a contact wheel?
Yeah, they make one. They make one with an 8-inch contact wheel, but I didn't know that when I bought mine. I would have been much better off getting the 8-inch wheel because that 4-inch is really not good for much.
Right. Well,
but I'm planning to upgrade one day. I'm at a point right now where I'm considering an oven before because I can do what I'm doing right now with what I have.
Right.
But the logistics of putting my heat treats, making it somebody else's headache, I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, I would get yourself the, like an oven, like a Paragon or a fucking Even Heat or whatever those are called,
Yeah.
I have a Paragon.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide on a size. Like I would think a 12-inch deep oven would be plenty. But what if somebody wants a 15-inch long knife? Then I can't make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think mine's the 18-inch deep one or whatever.
Yeah.
What's the price difference between a 12 and an 18, just roughly? Like
it was a couple $100.
A couple hundred?
Yeah,
so what would happen if you got those, if that's a rarity? If it's not a rarity, I totally understand. But if it was a rarity, to still send those to Brian or to the other guy?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's possible. And just cut down the amount that I send them. But I just don't want to fall into that, just like I did with the grinder. I didn't bite the bullet and buy a $1,700 2x72. I just has a 2x36.
But were you sure that you were going to continue to be successful and do this? So it made sense to buy the one you bought to start with.
We never know that, dude.
I know. That's why I'm saying.
It's not tomorrow for any of us,
No, but at the same time, I think you're on the right track. So, Jason, which ones of these are spoken for?
On the table, the only one spoken for is this one, I think. Hold on, let me look. Oh, and that guy. Those two.
Are they on your IG? How would people just kind of reach out?
Yeah, they could just call me, text me, DM me.
Open that top middle one that's straight.
This guy?
Yes, that one.
This is a Tonto. Now, this has a hand satin finish, which I rarely do because I just don't like hand satin that much. Here, hold on.
What would that set somebody back? Because I'm interested in that. Is it like 7 inches?
This one's has the mosaic pins, a G10 lanyard hole, black canvas micarta. It's actually done on an 8-inch contact wheel, but it's kind of like a saber grind, but with a slight hollow. When you look at it, you can tell there's a little bit of a concaveness to it. And then the tip is flat ground, so it's a compound grind.
It reminds me, and this does not mean anything. I just have a very limited vernacular when I look at knives, and I find this is a attractive design, but it reminds me of a Hail Mary, which is one of Jacob. The blade doesn't, just the handle. It looks very functional.
Yeah, it's just a simple. I made this I had a piece of steel from 2-inch stock, and it was perfect size to make this knife out of. So I just used a scrap piece of steel to make this.
Okay. A couple of guys are asking about that caramel colored micarta. I think it's close to your top right.
This guy?
Yes. Somebody was asking about that.
You ready for this one? This has that heat treat finish. What?
I love that.
And you wrap that in aluminum foil, or is that something different?
Yeah, this is 20 CV.
What's something like that go for? Just round number.
You just wrap it in aluminum foil?
Yeah, To get those colors, I double wrap it. I wrap it once with one crease, and then I wrap it again with 2 creases. When I take it out of the heat treat oven, I don't put it right in the aluminum plates. I wait about 10 seconds, and then I put it in.
I got you.
And I unwrap. I take them out of the aluminum before I plate quench them.
Right.
What's something like that go for roughly?
Oh, dude, like $120 for this little guy.
For 20 CV?
Yeah.
That's a sweet knife, guys. And I guess just reach out and shoot.
Oh, Javon, you know what I've been doing too, by the way? Remember I used to sharpen all my knives on my 2x72?
Yeah.
Now I start it on 220 grit on my grinder, but I've been finishing everything on those DMT diamond plates.
Oh, really? So you're getting into just doing
dude. The sharpness level of my knives is definitely doubled since the last one you got.
Well, I would think you would have the hand steadiness and the muscle memory tattooing for 30 years to be able to be a really good sharpener.
Well, the thing is, if I'm being honest, dude, I was using really cheap diamond plates, and I never really, went down the rabbit hole of sharpening stones. And then I just pulled the trigger, and my wife, for my birthday, I told her to buy me the 4-plate set, like super coarse, fine, ultra fine. And then I got like the strop with the micron fucking shit. Anyways, yeah, I've been really dialing in the sharpening, dude. They were sharp before, but a more toothy edge. Now they're a little bit more refined, if that makes sense.
I'm going to throw Jason's Instagram up here. And I think, Ed, what I don't know how thin you're talking about, but I know if you do a taco sheath, you don't have to put rivets in it. The rivets are just ways to use different things to mount, to carry it.
This is thin Kydex. It just depends what knife I'm using personally when I do Kydex. Like this is kind of a kitchen EDC knife. Could be a little kitchen knife, right?
Yeah.
Well, so really the main difference is the ability to carry it, right? If it's got a sheath, it's a EDC knife. If it's, I know there are other differences.
But
I know that's simple.
All my sheaths, though, you can hook like, the clips on too. At least I try
another
to.
guest coming in. He's going to stay back here while you're up there showing knives, and then Pocket Metal's joining us.
Don't try to fucking tell me where I'm going.
That's true. He's got control. I forget. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, not much. Sorry. I wasn't trying to. I was just being an ass because of, it's Javon. So, anyhow, carry on by all means.
Look at the coffin handle one. Yeah.
I do like the coffin handle. I gotta say that blade's a little funky though.
Yeah, a little weird.
that's the. But yeah, I definitely I'm a fan of the coffin handle shape.
It's the fucking.
I gotta grab the phone. I'll be right back.
It's the Freddy finger.
Run away because I just came in here, Shane. Look at him.
Maybe you like this blade better, right?
I do. Yes, that's awesome looking.
With the little, look at the little attitude adjuster on the back.
I would love that blade style with the coffin handle, and that would be like an amazing.
Here's one like that. Look.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the. But yeah, that other blade was awesome looking. I'm a very very pain in the ass compared to most people probably. Picky.
I was going to show you if I could find it. This little knife.
Hello, everyone.
That I bought from it's a Jason knife, but I bought it from somebody else. I don't know if you can see it's Ultim, but if you can see the weight relief.
Yeah, you showed me that before with the little pocket carve out or the coffin.
Yeah, it's an awesome little pocket dropper.
Yes, it is.
But that's awesome that you're getting one, B Shady. I've got Paul Mills was kind enough to get this little bad boy. This is the pedal, which I think is his smallest knife. It's about the same size as my chickadee, but it's got a taller grind. And I only bring up the chickadee for y'all to haze me about it. So what you been up to, Pocket Metal? Have you gotten caught up for work, or is that just an ongoing?
At this point, luckily, it's ongoing, right?
Since you're here, we're getting ready to do an unboxing. from T-Fetch. And T-Fetch, if you're welcome to come up, buddy. Now, the way I'm going to do this.
Hey, John.
Yep.
I got. It's going to take me a minute. I want to jump off. Let T-Fetch come on.
T-Fetch, you want me to send you a link, buddy? Or you want me just to open it? Here's what I'm going to open. It's a big-ass box.
Oh, shit.
Where is?
Hellcat Addict says, hey, Pocket Metal. Lee Wolf says, hey, Pocket Metal. Pocket Metal can read all these.
Yeah, I can see it. I was trying not to be too loud by saying hi.
Do that. Say hi and run the chat because I'm getting ready to open this box. T-Fetch, I just open it. All right. And guys, only because I will cut with my knives, but I don't like getting tape off. Even though I found out something. A, it's great for cleaning glass. 99% alcohol. They sell it at head shops. Did you know there was such a thing? 99% rubbing alcohol. I get 91 for my knife maintenance.
So what do they sell it for? Cleaning bongs or something? Like what?
It absolutely. All they they all have. We're in Alabama, so they have these bars, these Delta 8 bars in the vape stores, and they have a bunch of glass. And every night they soak them in this stuff, and it just totally dissolves all the grunge.
Wow.
It works very well. All right, I'm opening some. This is a big ass box. I've covered up the doxing information. We're going to see what we got here from Brother T-Fetch, if I don't cut myself, which is very possible because I'm cutting towards myself.
Now be careful now.
Man, I try to. I say that. The funny thing is, the one time I cut myself before I was in the knife game, when I was still married, I was cutting a cat collar off with my old Ken Onion Speed Safe Kershaw, my little leak. And I
Wasn't that safe?
it wasn't my leak, it was a chive. No, well, it was actually really sharp because I got 5 stitches and didn't scar. But I did throw up on the way to the hospital because I couldn't stand seeing my own blood. Okay, guys. I need to put it open other item first. All right. So we got this is going to get open soon. Holy smokes, T-Fetch.
I'll move me down in the corner.
Holy smokes. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let me get the slitter. Okay, I'm going to read that off stream. Do not cut tape. All right.
Look at this. What is this going on over here?
Y'all talk amongst yourselves while I work this out.
Talks amongst yourselves.
Talks amongst yourselves while I work this out.
Can you hear me okay? This is my first time on the StreamYard since I got a different audio interface.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you get a different one, or did you just get the one you had working?
No, I got a different one. I got one that was just a straight for recording audio interface, straight into channel, no kinds of anything you can do with it besides adjust the volume.
T-Fetch, when you say don't cut tape, should I rip tape or should I just rip paper around tape? Again, that's my squirrel brain taking a instruction
and reading
and not wanting to deviate from it. Because I've gotten us to here. And I could easily rip into it.
Yeah, the other one I had was like a mixer that you're supposed to be able to use. And I plugged it in through an amp and it worked, but through the computer just did not recognize it. So I got a different one that is just for recording. And then if you want to do any mixing, you got to do it in the computer, which is for recording stuff, but not for a live stream. But for this, it works fine. I tried it on I talked with Acid Test Kid in your Discord via.
I got it all. I'm getting it done by ripping, buddy. Thank you. And the Scotch tape's pulling off really good, but does that sound like I'm? Can y'all hear that, or is my
For a split
shit.
The suspense is killing me.
Oh my God. Teeth fetch.
Sounds like you're almost dead.
Dude, check this out.
Oh, okay.
Holy
Look at
shit.
that pocket metal.
Dude, that's crazy. What is that? How is that wood?
It's yeah.
What? That looks really good.
Dude, this is
Is it wood? Is it like a wood burn or how is that on there?
Damn.
I'm gonna make myself big for a sec. Oh my, this will go.
Yeah, that's amazing. How is it done?
It looks like a photo.
Yeah.
T-Fetch, how did you do that, dude?
Yeah, I can't. It's so hard to see. It looks like it's like.
Are my lights doing it?
It looks really cool. What is it? That's on wood?
Yeah.
That is on absolute wood.
Yeah.
That's
Like
gnarly.
the section of a tree.
Yeah, it's got like a heavy like shellac kind of coating.
It's definitely burned in. It's definitely etched.
Wow.
Or burned. Awesome work, T-Fetch. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Really good.
Dude, this is the kindest dang thing. What a memory. We got to go to the other one.
Oh, that's done really well.
It's unbelievable.
Jeez.
That is Brother Jason Grant. Rest
Wow.
in peace. I feel he is always hanging with us just because he was that infectious. I mean, that dude's eyes tell the story, and T-Fetch captured him perfectly. That is the look. And my lights are just doing it horrible injustice. T-Fetch, wow. Did you know? I didn't know you were artistic like that. Wow. Very, very cool, dude. I don't know. I don't even know how to thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and I will. I'm getting ready to T-Fetch. Can I open this other one live, or am I supposed to open it up? It says on live stream, so I know you said the other one first. Yeah, okay. It's ooh. All right, we've got a site. He's going to be doing this. All right, let me open this.
Cut that out, you little shit. Why you guys got to be bad?
You got the hedges out, or the
Sorry, my kittens are being little assholes.
Oh, I got to show you a picture. My mom, I told you she was kind of looking for a cat to replace.
Look it. Hey, you cut that out. You cut that out. When I tell him no, he just looks at me like, what the fuck are you talking about? You can't possibly be upset at me.
Because they're too cute, and you really can't be upset with them.
I think he's a little slow. He's cute, but he's a little slow, I think.
No, he's probably just hard-headed.
He's that too, for sure. He's knocked the paintings off the wall behind me like multiple times. I do not know what the hell the deal is with this cat, but it drives me fucking nuts. Also, since I'm talking, Neil, I got your address because Gary sent it to me. Everybody, I'm a slow-ass motherfucker when it comes to shipping. Technically speaking, I just woke up. That's why I'm having my energy drink. So good morning to you all.
I'm searching the site. Y'all keep talking. You're doing good.
And so that's why I am terrible at getting to the post office in a timely manner. Plus, I kind of wanted to clear coat everything to seal it up before I mailed it, and it's been fucking so goddamn wet outside. I'm gonna have to like fucking suck it up and spray paint in my garage or something and die. So I can spray paint without fucking.
I'm getting ready to make Burnt Relic a mod, and I want you to drop your link in there, because what we're going to do is we're going to use your page to get subscribers and do the giveaway from there. So hold on 1 second. Let me go and make you a mod where you can drop your link, because I can't find it searching because I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Do you have a Instagram page on there as well, or is it just your website, T-Fetch?
Well,
Or
I'm about to give
you
him.
have-
I'm about to give him full linking ability, so he can put all that good stuff up there. Here we go. All right, T-Fetch, Burnt Relic, you are a moderator, my friend, so you can post links. Let me make sure T-Fetch is too.
I always think I'm gonna get to the post office and way before I fucking. It's
Is your box at your house far from your house? Like, do you not feel comfortable putting the flag up and having them pick up packages? Because mine post office is really
it
good.
wouldn't fit. They won't fit in the thing, so you can't do that way. And it's wet outside, so you don't want to just leave shit sitting out in the wet.
No, I agree
It'll
with
seal it
that.
up good, but at the same time, no. I take them and drop them off. So I have to get downtown. We live in a old town, logging town, where the town's bigger now than the roads. So like all times of the day, it's like single lane both way, and it's fucking just traffic. You just sit around. I never get anywhere on time.
And it's a nightmare to go. Guys, when I started this channel, I was the worst at giveaways. I would label them and have them stacked up over on this end table by my door.
Yes,
and
yes.
I would do a live stream, and I would have like 7 or 8 just piled up there, feeling guilty.
Everyone's harassing me. Yes, I haven't sent out. I have a bag of stickers right here. Hey, the good thing is though, is Forrest sent me some stuff. I got he sent me a little EDC pouch thing that he made.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if he has any of those left. And then he sent me some new hanks with the thing that the little skull that I made on it for him. Ooh, let's spin it around the right way. So I don't. I think he might have some of these on the site, but because he sent me those, he also sent me some stickers with one of the things I made for him on it. So I'll be able to send some of those out with the fucking paintings. I made some little. Oh wow! Oh, I'm all small.
Dude, check
there it is. It looks way better. It was so hard to see.
Let me get it where you can. Really? Oh, God, he's doing it the old school way. Whoops.
The old wood burning.
Yeah.
That's cool. Hey guys, I gotta go. The wife, it's family movie night. We're watching the original Beetlejuice tonight.
Very good.
I appreciate you stopping in. I'm gonna send people to your Instagram if they're interested, and I always appreciate you coming on, sharing your knowledge.
Yeah, man, I think a couple people hit me up already since I've been on. Thank you.
Just out of curiosity, before you run, how much do you sell that clip point for? I want to know for a price idea range for when I have some spare dollars when I don't throw it away.
Like the big one you liked?
Yeah. That thing in your hand right there.
I always hook you guys up. I'd like $200, dude.
Dude, that's amazing.
All right. You. And
I just bought a 3D printer, so I have to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
More expendable.
I'll do segmented handles even if you want, where it's like my card at the top and G10 at the bottom, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
with the lines. I can do that. It's just I'm lazy and bolt on shit's easier to do.
T-Fetch, I will add you to my link tree, dude. That work is amazing.
Yeah, that looks good. Well, I'll see you guys, man. Have a great weekend.
Hey, you too, buddy. Take care.
Yes, sir. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night with the fam.
Yes, sir.
We have now started nicknaming our little girl cat Beetlejuice because she's always trying to eat fucking spiders.
That's awesome, dude.
So while her name is Nisa, she gets called Beetlegoose a lot because she's always. But this is the little thing I made for Forrest, and then he made some stickers, and so I'll be sending some of these out with the paintings too. So you got a little Frankenstein skull, Forrest Hanks pocket metal mini coffin sticker there. So
it's so funny, man, that there's so much talent in this community. I mean, there's you. Just what we've seen in the last 5 minutes, and then there's me. That's just kind of that other kid.
That wood burning stuff looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the socials. Here we go. Where we go? Contact. I bet they're down here. Oh no, I don't want to send one of those emails. It gets fucked with Microsoft. I hate that.
I fucking just ran through my drink, and now I still wish there was more of it.
Do you have more of it?
These things are fucking so. I shouldn't have that much caffeine like all in one shot.
I've got what you'd really like. This is, you remember I showed you that Crescent 9 a couple of weeks ago that I was drinking, these 50 mg THC sodas. They don't have any alcohol in them, but this is their new flavor. This Jack Light grape lemonade.
I wonder, grape sounds. I don't hate on the grapes.
Burnt Relic, it looks good, buddy. Do you have let me find the socials. I bet they're under the about section.
You said they're on there somewhere.
Yeah, we're going to find them. Contact information. That's where I would throw them. I would drop them under. I'm going to go search it. Let's just go. Let's see what happens when we put in Burnt Relic. But we're going to go to, did you say you had a YouTube too? Oh, I just found the Instagram. Here we go. Boom. I'm going to follow it first, then I'm going to share it. So the social is the same name, or the Instagram. Did you say you had a YouTube or not? Because I know I can drive. We can do a giveaway. I turned off my Patreon for that YouTube comment picker tool, and it would never hook up to my Instagram anyway, because thanks to Pocket Metal, I was able to get unshadow banned by going to a personal account, but it won't let you do giveaways off a personal account. Isn't that ridiculous?
I mean, I guess that's why they want to. There's like that, and there's something else I saw that I don't think you can have like a storefront type situation on a personal one.
Hey, by the way, if you donate $5 or more to Tri-State, you'll get put on the tree. You're entered.
I'm good. But anywho,
this is YouTube, but no videos yet. No worries, dude. We'll what we can do is, if you guys are up for it, let me show you the IG. If y'all will go to this IG and follow it. No post yet, but that doesn't mean they're not about to be a bunch, because the website is live. The artwork, I'm sitting here telling you that it is eerily lifelike in a good way. Copy that again. Boom. Pin it. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to trust you guys. They're not that many. There's 62 of you. I'm going to trust as many of you as possible to jump over real quick and follow Burnt Relic.
Burnt
Relic. And we're going to open this other package, and then we're going to do a giveaway. Oh, Bluminati just shared the Instagram. Let me click on that, and then I got to share this other.
Christ.
I don't know. I don't want to even. Oh, I don't want to touch Outlook. Go away.
Outlook is the most crap interface.
Oh no, go away. It just, I mean, it's so invasive. All right. Where is it?
No idea.
I'm just trying to pull up the, I'm looking at, there it is right there. Oh, okay. So I've got a YouTube up, and I don't want to drive traffic. I don't want to drive subs to pages that aren't your main page. Right. So we'll get people to go to the Instagram, and then I'll promote the YouTube, and I'll put your website on my link tree, because I mean, that worked. I mean, for gifts, for doing something for somebody that, you care about, for doing it. I would assume you could do pets, pets that have gone to Rainbow Bridge, or pets that are still with us. I just think the work is awesome. Yeah, there are no posts yet. But again, he's just starting out in terms of the business side of it. He's been, if I'm not mistaken, that's T-Fetch, who's been in here for years from what I remember. He's always been kind of in our chat. He's a community dude. And just like Pocket Metal, just like Jason, just like Shane. These guys are talented too. Very talented.
He says no
Well,
pet.
that was just me thinking out loud. See, I told you my meds are off. You're lucky I haven't crashed out yet, because I've got that live stream just fucking stewing in my head, and it's just one trigger word that I read in chat will just set me sideways, and nobody knows what that's going to be.
You just gotta, try to let it go, Javon.
I am. I'm not going to crash out. I'm totally letting it go. Did you happen to watch? Did you start? Did you go?
That dumb shit.
No. And don't say that. Just hear me out. If you start at just 240, it's you would enjoy it. It's not.
You have a really odd perspective on things that I may or may not enjoy.
Thank you, brother. No, it's just what I consider it kind of pulling back the mask. If that makes any sense. And doing it live, it was great.
Behind the mask a long time ago.
To be honest with you, I had no idea it was there. It was brought to my attention in a chat room that, and it was quoted crash out. You know when you have thoughts, when like you're thinking to try to kind of, you're having cognitive dissonance, but usually you just think it. Sometimes, I guess in rare cases, it comes out of your mouth. Yeah. Hopefully that's in the shower. This seemed to be that happening on a live stream. They seem to be thoughts that were supposed to stay up here that just rolled out and then kind of turned into a rant. And I think you would have liked it. And I can't, we'll talk offline.
All right.
Burnt relic, I totally understand that. That makes 100%. And I can get it, because I think those would be probably the hardest tattoos, because pet owners, a pet, when you're looking at a picture, is a lot different than what people perceive. I mean, I get it. And what like I say, it's people are tricky. T-Fetch, did you say I could open this other one? I'm going to, because it says open this package. The other package first on live stream, but I don't know. It doesn't say anything to do to this one. It may be send it on.
I talk to myself all fucking day long. I remember when I was in elementary school, the teacher moved me because she thought I was talking to kids about something. I don't fucking know what. And she then realized I was just talking to myself. I've constantly always been a talker to myself. People look at me in the grocery store and shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. My brain is just running constantly, and it comes out. Oh, look at that. Here, why don't you
badass. Here, let me stop sharing.
This way? Nope.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Wicked, cut this shit out. No one wants you on that stereo. Anyone want a cat? I will get this to the post office really fast. T-Fetch,
I will wear it,
buddy,
tomorrow for the live, and I'll wear it Tuesday, and I think it's freaking awesome. Thank you, buddy.
Cut it out, buddy.
And good luck, man. I mean, I should just say congratulations. I mean, your work speaks for itself. And Pocket Metal, I'll share this with you. I mean, I think I'm going to send it down the road for you to just check out, because you're an artist too. I think because again, I'm not going to take this off on either a crash out or too personal, but there's something about smiling eyes that'll always be in my memory. And I think Burnt Relic captured it perfectly. And I can only imagine if people are particular about pets, for you to take something that's so personal to so many people here and do such a great job. Just hats off, buddy. Thank you.
If you don't cut that shit out, I swear to God, I'm shipping this cat to one likely subscriber. Fucker's been bouncing off the goddamn wall since he got up this morning. Oh, fucking hell.
I'm gonna text this to myself.
This house.
You know, I told you my mom lost her 2 older cats. You know, she had 2 old cats and they died within a month of each other.
Dude, that pattern behind you looks like swastikas. You got to get rid of that shit.
Which one? Because it's just, I've got it on random because if there's one, I can take it out. The one that went like this, I thought it did like a infinity loop. But you know, you saw my post, my nerd post before I just deleted it, right? Where I had 4 nerds posted on Instagram and I had like 15 comments saying, dude, are you a Nazi? Because it was literally, if you looked, I had, picture this, I had 4 nerds, the small, not nerds, 4 nip slips or 4 nips opened at 90 degrees.
Yeah, you got to watch that shit, man.
And well, then it turned into the post that's live now is only 3.
Patterns turn into bad patterns real fast.
and my brain, unfortunately, does not. I've got to become more aware because I'm not going to say, "Oh, it's poor me. It's not my fault. It's my fault. That was just stupid." I misspell shit in titles all the time. I get comments going, "Hey, man, your title's all fucked up." All right, where is this? Hold on, where is it?
Dude. Yeah. No, I'm not actually gonna mail. I love the little fucking idiot, but he does like sometimes we just gotta like time him out when he gets too amped up. Goes back into the room.
I gotta show you guys so anyway, mom lost her 2 cats. And she was like, at first, she was like, that was just, you know, she's in her early 80s and she was like, I'm just not doing that again, you know. And I was like, Mom, they weren't a lot of trouble. And for the like first week or so, she was just, you know, and now she's realizing that her house seems very empty. So she'd gone and looked at him a couple times and was going to rescue a kitten. And then she's come to the conclusion, then why'd rescue just one? You know, it's just as easy to rescue 2. That's what I had before. And she's got the beds and stuff for 2. So anyway, her tennis playing friend, and I want y'all to pay attention to the runt in the back. You'll be able to tell the runt from the picture. Let's see if it's going to update. All right, it's going to take a second for it to show up on my iCloud, but I'll share it in a second. But these are some of the cutest freaking kittens. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Boom. Save. Here we go.
Sorry about that.
Got to refresh. It's not refreshing. Hey, I've got to remember a couple of weeks ago when I had Andrew on who designed this knife and David Mary up in Canada made it.
Dude, these cats were ribby when we got them from the dude. They were ribby little cats, and we fattened those little fuckers up, and I think they were good for like 1.5 days before they're like, this is our house, and now it's time to fuck shit up.
They're being exploited, dude. That's what kittens do.
They literally bounce off the fucking walls. They run across back and forth, and then they'll like run up the curtains on one side, run up fucking this. I tried to build a wall in front because I have a stereo with like cameras, and this is got some art supplies on this desk sitting next to me here, and he just fucking knocks everything. He don't give 2 fucks. He just runs and dives into it. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm surprised. Like, there's knives sitting up there. They're all closed, but I'm just like, he hasn't like fucking hurt himself being such a dipshit.
All right. So check this out. And tell me which one. I've got a favorite, but Mom's going to get 2. The one that I like's the only male. So she might get a male and female. And she might not get any of these cats if fake doesn't turn out. But I want y'all to see this. Tell me what y'all think. See the little guy out of focus in the back corner?
Yeah.
He's awesome. You can tell he's a runt because he's kind of hiding out.
Yeah, that color is like the color of our wicket that we just got.
And then this one has a little more white. And then this is the body of this one. So these are pretty white. But anyway, that little guy, the way he's looking, when my mom sent me the picture, she was like, is it just me, or does his eyes say, please come get me? Like, I'm not going there. I'm not going to be responsible for that. What's your heart telling you? You just kind of showed your hand.
Yeah, I mean, we got to because they were, little brother and sister and fucking felt terrible. We didn't want to split them up or whatever, so we just took them both from the dude. But it wasn't our intent to get 2 more cats. We had the one already, Ben. So, but now we wouldn't. Like I said, we weren't.
Scott, I can send you a link. I'm gonna throw on my burnt relic shirt. Y'all hold up. Keep talking, Pocket Metal.
But yeah, I mean, if you, especially like, when we have to go places or shit, at least they're not lonely. They have each other to fucking annoy the shit out of. So it's kind of good if I don't know if your mom goes places for extended periods of time, and it'd probably be good for the little dude to have a buddy so they weren't fucking just staring at a wall or some shit. I see a lot of people saying hello to Scotch Bright. I didn't see him come in here.
Scott, you want to come up? We're getting ready to do a giveaway, Bubba, but we've got some time.
He has been joining an hour, just so you know.
Give me a second. I'll send you a link, and you can make that choice. I don't know if you're doing family time because I can't hear shit, but I can do this. All right. Let me send Scotch a link. And then what we'll do, y'all go, if you would, kind of since we don't have a link, we'll do a random, and we'll do burnt relic as but I want y'all to go to this Instagram. The website is on the Instagram where you can see and I'll hold it up again in a second because I don't think Scotch saw it. Pocket Metal, can you send Scotch a link?
Yeah, sure.
If not, I will. I'm just trying to find
copy.
There it is.
And then
all right.
Where the hell is this jagweed at? Let's see here.
He might not even be able, he might be saying I'm driving or I'm with my family, which I don't want to take him away from that. But check this out, guys. Get it out of the light.
I sent it to him.
Does that make it easier to see? I know you can't see the texture.
The color was making it hard, but when you pulled it up online, it looked amazing.
Yeah, I mean, dude.
I mean, it looks good there. Don't get me wrong. It's just a little.
When is Jason Brown Day? It's this month, right?
Or is it's December. It's December 17th, 18th. I can't, man, I'll tell you in just a minute.
I asked Stevie, at first I thanked him for including me, but please asked him to keep me. I'm terrible with dates. I'm terrible with all that shit. Craig, I had a cat that disappeared for later 30 seconds, disappeared again. Funny thing. That's wild for 30 seconds. Just to check on you, probably. Couple of interesting stories. One of the cats that my mom had passed away. Neither one of my mom's cats started out as her cats, which is kind of a weird story. One of them was a Himalayan that lived about 5 houses down that kept coming up to my mom's house. And my mom would always call the owners, like when it would get cold and stuff, and the cat would be up there. Mom would call the owners because she knew them and said, Stuart's up here. She knew its name from the owners. And one day the owner said, would you like to have Stuart? You can just keep him up there, which is weird to me because this is a, really nice cat, friendly cat.
The 18th.
And then her next door neighbor, and this is a guy that back when I was using, I cussed out at Kroger where people were leaving the aisle that I was in because I was being so in a rage. But my mom had a next door neighbor and had this cat named Ollie. And they left it outside. It never got to go inside. And it would snow in Huntsville and get nasty. And my mom would not stand for watching the cat be cold outside. So she'd let it come in. And that led to my mom making a little room for it, where not just one of the spare bedrooms had a bed. And so they decided to move. So they moved about 4 miles away up on Montesano Mountain, probably 5 miles away.
Did you keep it?
No. But 2 days later, Ollie showed the fuck up. So mom was like, Ollie, what are you doing here? And called him. And the lady came down, picked up Ollie. And I forgot to say that the man flew for FedEx. He was a British guy. And he told my mom, that's just a farm cat. You don't have to bring it inside. It's a farm cat. It's a farm cat. We live on a street, right? So anyway, the lady came and got it and was like so thankful because they did have small kids that allegedly loved Ollie, who was a outside only cat to me, which is strange to love an only outside cat. So Ollie went home. 4 days later, Ollie showed up at my mom's. So my mom let it in. And then my mom said the guy showed up on her porch. This guy was probably my age, maybe a few years younger, and told my mom that if she didn't let the cat in and she didn't treat it like her own, it wouldn't keep coming back. And was kind of like, it made my mom feel nervous, who at the time was in her 70s. So I asked my mom for his number and got it. And I happened to be in Kroger when he called me back. And I basically threatened him in no 2 ways and Sundays. If he shows up on my mom's porch again, I mean, that just made, but anyway, so he finally gave up because every time he'd take Ollie home, which was literally a 5-mile walk, Ollie would come back. Well, Tippy, my cat, who's asleep over here, when she was about a year old, right when I got separated, my mother-in-law moved in, and Tippy wasn't supposed to ever go outside because Tippy was a feral cat to start with. And my ex's mom let it out, and it disappeared. So we thought a coyote had gotten it because that had been happening to a lot of neighbors' cats.
Yeah, for sure.
So nothing happened. About 4 months, 5 months passed. My daughter, who was a senior in high school, called me and says, Dad, we found Tippy. I was like, where is she? Oh, she's over on Hobbs Road, which is like 8 or 9 miles from our house. I said, Brittany, what are you talking about? She was like, we just saw her on Facebook. Somebody posted her as showing up at their house.
Dude,
And mom and I are going out there. I said, don't get your hopes up, baby. There are a lot of black and white cats, and the chances of that being Tippy, this long, that far away, and it was Tippy. I mean, it's nuts. Cats are, and I'm sure she would have eventually come back, maybe, but I also think cats go where the goodies are, right? They go where the getting's good. I think that's more of a cat, and I could be wrong. Maybe they like people.
I mean, it also could have got scared or something and got lost. Because, I mean, they can find their way back, definitely, if it knows. But, like, these little guys that we have, they've never been outside, like, in our yard or anything. So if they got outside, they could easily get fucking lost.
Do you use a litter box? They use litter boxes, surely.
Yes.
You know the trick that if they ever do get missing, and you set the litter box outside, that they can smell that for like 4 miles. Something crazy.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's how I brought Tippy back a couple of times when I first moved, because you're supposed to keep your cat, if it's an indoor-outdoor cat, inside for 2 weeks.
We're getting them shipped when they go to the vet, but at the same time, we're also thinking about we saw they sell collars that you can put the Apple AirTags in.
Oh, yeah.
And that way you can fucking GPS track those fuckers if they get out.
How far do those things go? I mean, like, I was wondering about AirTags, like an AirTag in general.
Is it you can track it GPS, like,
so it's not Bluetooth,
a certain area, but then when you get close enough, the Bluetooth takes over and finds it,
which will lead you to the actual spot.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like Wi-Fi or cellular will show you the general neighborhood that your pet's in.
Yeah. Some shit like that.
Because they're very inexpensive. I've thought about getting them for Tippy, but Tippy sheds collars. Where's my giveaway link? Hold on, guys.
How's it going there?
Good, man. How you been? I haven't seen you in a while.
What's up, dude? I can't see you, but hold on.
You were here last week, man. I got my buddy. I'd never heard of these guys, but
I have a Sodbuster lockback style knife that I got from them. Yeah.
Let me see. I've got to go to Little Boy's
for myself too. They say they're made in America.
They are. They have started also, so they make their own stuff. and then they make some of the Queen cutlery that Smoky Mountain bought the name Queen, and they make some of the Queen. So like I saw recently someone was selling something similar to they call it the number 3, but they fucked it up. This is a number 3, which is the Mountain Man pattern, but the way they did the blade swedge looks fucking stupid on the new ones, and they put the nail nick up here on the front. I hate when they fucking do that. You see how it's like,
yeah, I bought 2, one for me and one for him, because I got him the beer tender because he.
Oh, right, those. Yeah, I've seen those.
He likes beer, and I look for $36. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
This one is better. Like I was going to give him the better of the 2. Like on mine, I can't get to the nail nick on the blade. It's crazy. Exact same knife.
Yeah.
And the blade sits a little lower or something, and I can't get the blade out by the nail nick. So I'm going to give him this one. But yeah, $36.
There's some things that are similar to fixed blade sod busters out there. It's one of those things. It's like, how much money do you want to spend? There's a guy that makes, custom one-off handmade shit they look like sod busters. They're really nice. I follow them on Instagram. It's pretty amazing shit, but you're gonna pay a pretty penny. I
think
when Great Eastern Cutlery does their small fixed blades, they have one that's basically the same blade shape as a sod buster, but the handle is more just a straight. I think I have one of them in here somewhere. So this is basically the same blade as their small sod buster. Except for the handle's not the same shape.
All right, sorry about that, guys.
But yeah, there's a guy who makes a fixed blade that looks pretty much like this. He calls it a creek hopper.
Dude, and I'm so pissed at United States Postal Service.
Oh no, they slowed you down or lost something?
Well, slowed me down.
Which is the same thing. I know if you're waiting for something and it doesn't show up.
So Donnie, my knife is done. He shipped it yesterday at like 11:30. We live an hour and a half from each other. And
and it's taken 5 days.
And it sat in Omaha for a full day before it moved from one facility to another. And I'm like, the plan was I was going to meet him and have some beers with him and pick the knife up, but just my schedule isn't allowing it. So I told him, just ship the knife, and as soon as my schedule slows down, I'll get.
You're taking responsibility for it. You're admitting that it was your fault that you don't have the knife. Okay, just making sure.
Great bow picture. Yes, it is Chris Webster.
All right, so type in burnt relic into the chat, all you guys, and I'm gonna let the winner choose one of these 2 EDC fixed blades. I'm going to show you which one I would choose, and I'm going to show you the differences. And they're both cool knives. Check this out, Pocket Metal. I don't know if you saw the unboxing. I'm sure you didn't, but look at this little thing.
I feel like I've seen that somewhere, but I don't know where.
Amazon. I found it. It just came. It came yesterday, but it was $21. It is 9. It's 9 CRV, I think. Hold on. Yeah, 9 CRV. But look how thick it is.
It came from one of those places.
Look how thick it is.
Right on.
And dude, it's like, I haven't tried to chop with it, but like for cutting paper or cutting cardboard, watch this.
A fun thing to have.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you why I got it.
Oh, let me see.
One, to give it away.
A picture.
But down the road. But one, I've noticed that with my little short strategy, the things I do with shorts, weird shit does very well. And this knife got its first short today, and it is blown up. I mean, like that, every time I post that little stupid Midgard Messer finger axe, it gets 13,000. It usually gets 13,000 consistently views. And the most that I ever get on my other knives is 1,000.
Hey,
the
Terry,
little shorts.
Is that something you're making, Terry? That you sent me that picture of that blade blank? That looks really sweet.
Yeah. I mean, that's like we were saying earlier. There's so much talent in the community.
Did
You
you guys talk about that earlier?
Brand New American. You spelt it wrong, and I know you did that on purpose. Burnt relic, and that's the name of tea fetches. Check this out. I'm gonna make it small, y'all. I might have spelled burnt relic wrong, but the trick is spelling it like I spelled it.
Yeah, that came out awesome, man.
That is a piece of wood with bark on it and a backer that you can hang it with, right? I'm trying to get the lights not to destroy it.
I just got back. I took the older girls shopping, and that is a.
Were y'all looking for anything in specific, or were you just taking them to be a good dad?
They wanted me to take them to the big city so they could go shopping.
What is the big city near you?
The big Lincoln, Nebraska. A couple 100,000, 220, something like that.
Yeah.
Is that the capital too?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's the capital.
I have no idea if we went anywhere near Nebraska when we went across the good old country, running away from the hell that is Florida.
I think Nebraska is a pretty wonderful place in terms of if you like.
I'm gonna look at a map here and see where we hit. I'm terrible at remembering where
north of Kansas, right? Or is it south?
Took them to Old Chicago for supper, and proud dad moment. You know, found my name on the wall on the World Beer Tour and said, "Look, girls, your dad accomplished something when he was younger."
World Tour.
They're like, "How many did you have to drink?" I said, 110 beers. They're like, "In one night?" I said, "No." I said, "No."
So
keep up with them.
You know what? I think we went through the South Dakota and went right above you guys.
Okay.
I'm not looking at a map, but geography was terrible for me. But is it north of Kansas, or am I even in the right area?
North of Kansas. We went through St. Louis. I remember that.
St. Louis is a pretty cool city. I went to a conference there, and I stayed in a hotel right by the arches, which were weird because I really don't understand them, even though I read the plaque. That was during my using spice days. But I walked from the hotel to a little pizza place that was recommended that was a hole in the wall that was delicious. And St. Louis seemed like it had a bustling, whatever area I was in, which I can only assume was downtown because it was by the arches, seemed to be bustling, full of young people and cool little establishments.
We hit the end of Kentucky. I think we went through, we hit St. Louis. Then did we go straight up there? Maybe we went straight up and then over. Yeah, I'm trying to look at the road to see where we went. I know we went through the tip of Idaho too, and Montana and shit. One of these places, I forget where the fuck it was, man. It was just like the flattest.
Are you in Missouri?
Flattest.
I should know that.
Fucking. It was. I had to get out, dude. It literally gave me like I felt
yeah.
Breathe. It was fucking felt like the sky was crushing me. It was a weird fucking sensation.
Because it opened up so much.
Dude. It felt like it was smushed or something. I don't know how to explain it.
The horizon was screwing with you because it was so flat.
You were up higher, and then but the sky felt like it was just. I don't know. I don't understand it. What the hell are you doing?
I'm just going to show them what they get to choose from the burnt relic. So there's this knife here, which is called a Flissa. And I know the tech lock, but I've been carrying it like that while I tested it out. And I need to see if I did the review on this yet. I have to still review this. So it wouldn't go out tomorrow. It would go out Monday. But it's got a little choil that was cut in by me. It's very, very sharp. Well, let me find some.
Put my water down.
Let me get a coupon. But there's another knife. This is bigger. And this is like more of a tactical, kind of a swedgy, spear pointy drop point with a up slope.
Burnt relic doesn't really like Nebraska, it sounds like.
Well, you got to understand there's football going on. So But this is a very sharp knife for a EDC fixie, and it's got great retention on the sheath. So there's that. So that's choice one. If you say I want the bigger one, the smaller one is the Omesia. The Omesia is a smaller knife, but it is a Nessmuk style, which is a tall flat grind, and it is super slicey. So, for example, it's very thin. So it's more of a, I'm cutting back vines, I'm cutting back Amazon packages, where the other you could use to stick into shit, right? So you'll have the choice of those two. And what's funny is the lanyard was the one thing in the unboxing I hated about this, because it came just super long and super loose. So I cut it off and made two lanyards that are both kind of shitty. So that's what you're going to be choosing from. Let me get everybody back up here and share the screen so you can look at what the word is. So share screen.
Yeah, we went through somewhere else. I can't remember. And it was like, we just drove through fucking corn for like a day.
That's going the Kansas way, it sounds like, because I used to drive to Boulder twice a year when I lived there.
If you're driving through the corn, you've done something
started
wrong.
resorting to going through Kansas.
I don't know if it was like a highway detour or what, but dude, it was like just long drives through fucking, corn on both sides of the fucking road. Someplace we went, they had half the damn highway shut down, and it was a fucking another goddamn godforsaken pain in the ass of driving on fucking some 2-lane road for fucking hours upon hours. It would have been cool if we didn't have our cats in the van with us. That was no fun. Cats do not like driving, at least those two. We had one cat in our existence, and that fucker loved riding in the road, or riding in the car. I mean, fucking would just chill out on the little console thing in between the two seats. Fucking dug it the most. This is weird.
I was trying to share the other screen through this screen. So what I was doing is I was promoting real quickly. Let me stop sharing.
Porn shit.
Let me stop sharing. No, that was Rumble doesn't do porn shit.
Grass movie. Did you watch that, Scotch?
Something. The what?
It's something in the tall grass. It's like a horror movie where people get lost out in the field in tall grass. I forget what the fuck the name is. It's something to do with that shit.
Probably.
It was reminding me of that kind of shit. Yeah, we had one cat that liked car rides. It was amazing. The other two would just fucking cry the whole time. Makes you want to rip your head off.
Cats are natural swimmers, all of them.
Bullshit. Tell that Che was taking a bath the other day, and the cat got curious as to what's going on, and she fell in the tub.
And flipped the fuck out, didn't it?
Oh man, she was not happy. I'm surprised she didn't get fucking lacerated with the cat fucking flailing in the tub with her.
Well, they've got a lot of relationships to big cats, right? So I follow a lot of weird shit on Instagram.
I've seen some cats that swim, and it's amazing, but yeah, we've never had one that likes it at all.
Well, there's this one cat, and I know there are more than one, but this cat, I guess, lives on the lake. So every time the boat approaches the dock with the two cats in it, there are two cats that are always hanging out in the boat. And one of them will jump out and let me find this guy right here, I think. Let's see if that's him.
Yeah, I see.
Zero fucks given. And watch him. And if you watch big cats like lions, tigers, I saw a video the other day. I sent it to my mom so I can show it to y'all. But it is a lion swimming in rapids across a river. So even though, they don't like to be put in the water, but I think if you expose them to the opportunity to swim, I've seen like orange cats, which are notoriously whacked out cats. I mean, they all seem to kind of enjoy it. That one's at the beach, so it wasn't put in there.
Yeah, we've had several cats, and anytime they got anywhere near water, it was like,
Well, I can't imagine her shoulders aren't bleeding.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, when they're in like a contained environment, I think it's different. Or if they fall in water, like a tub, where you try to wash them.
That's fucking dad jokes coming out.
I was trying to find. Let me show the one I sent my mom. Let's see if y'all.
Shit, man.
This is too good. Whoops. Here we go. And I don't get copyright struck for these, but for some reason, when I was showing y'all stuff last week, it took me 24 hours to get all that shit lifted. All right, let's do this. Where was it? Where's my Instagram? There it is. All right, so this is pretty cool. I don't know if y'all will be able to see this, but this is an eagle with a fish. And look at the pelican.
That's a fucking interception.
Yeah, and there's another pelican coming, but it shows the nature photographer's name under it. So there was like a concerted effort, and that's the sea eagle, if I'm not mistaken. But that wasn't what I wanted to show you guys, but I thought that was pretty cool. This was pretty impressive because I want you to look at the size of this cougar. That's a female. That's a couple or a.
John, I found this accidentally while looking at other cougars.
Yeah.
Just look at the shoulders.
Javon, you know, I listened to his sit and spin while driving to work. If Javon put half the effort into getting his career back online,
I know.
then into watching fucking animal videos.
Speed, and I just found him. I've seen mountain lions before, but to me, this is like one of those muscular kangaroos that you see. This guy looks like
put a door on his car and buy knives again.
I'm liking my new simpler lifestyle. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Okay. All right. So this is, look at the rapids that these lions are in. So these are cats. I know they're big cats.
A random person just fall in there and then just like shit himself to death.
But I mean, yeah, look how fast they're moving. Well, watch this. Watch this.
With lions.
I mean, look at that shit. It's just like, okay, I'm done. No big deal. Doesn't even shake off.
Just a kayaker coming down, and then you stumble across that, and you
right. That would fucking
your kayak full of shit.
Heart attack and die.
I thought this was a pretty cool contraption too. If you're into like taking your cats out.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Dude, send that to me. I'm gonna show that shit to Jamie.
I mean, they have some neat tricks. There's this one thing I sent my mom. Like, there's this little bulb you can buy to put over their heads that they can breathe through for when you wash them.
The only problem with that is when your cat decides to stop and take a piss and pisses on your groceries. Oh, fucking hell, man.
Well, I think the groceries sit above. I think the bottom is where the cat is. So I think the cat can actually piss. What's this?
Oh, man.
I don't know what that was.
Look up farm animals and cats. I was going to send it to you for some reason.
Oh, dude, I've seen cats riding horses.
It was basically nothing but like farm animals throwing cats around.
Oh, I don't watch those. But I've seen a lot of farm animals and horses.
Not like me, but like the horse just grabbed this cat and just went like that with his head, and the cat went to fucking outer space.
Dude, it could kill it. I'm not
doubtful because cats can all truth. I've seen some serious falls on just my thread. So like if we just scroll down my thread, can y'all see my thread?
Well, oh, this is gonna be great. I can't wait to see some weird shit.
Well, you won't. I've got one of these on the way.
Jesus.
But there's that's who I am. They copyright strike me too, but it's survivors. So you'll see a lot of
go through and clean this shit up before we.
This is probably a peregrine. This is a peregrine falcon. So I'm not gonna make that loud, but this thing's fly over 240 miles per hour, and I want you to watch when they hit an animal, they just go full kamikaze and they just tap it.
I love how they're pretending like that's the bird's eye view. Who the fuck strapped a GoPro on side of this fucking falcon?
Well, I just think, these nature photographers, just like anybody else that's gotten good at production, think how much time they spend out to get some of this footage, to get that close. And I know they're telephoto lenses and pocket metal. You know more about that than I do, but watch this thing drop into a tuck and get this other bird out of the middle of the air. And the other bird doesn't even know it's coming.
Exactly 0 time filming birds.
Doesn't even know it was coming. That was an eagle, dude. or something. I mean, it got something serious. But anyway, so we're just continuing down my thread. Hey, there's Jared. He's selling his knife. It went live today at 1. If any of y'all are looking, watch this.
Talking about the
That's too good. I love bulldogs. Check them out.
Are you talking about his knife, the misdemeanor?
Yeah, it went live today, and I actually handled it at Blade Show, and I wasn't that crazy about it when I saw it at first, but after handling it, if you like slicing,
I had $1 for every time I heard someone say the knife's not much to look at, but if you handle it,
no, I don't mean that.
Sucks.
I meant it did not like totally attract. Like I wasn't moved by it. When I handled it, I realized if you like a thin EDC slicey knife, it's not, to me, it's not ugly. It's just something different because it's thin, but it is a very interesting knife, and it's K390 done by Riot. But anyway, I don't know if y'all saw him. Surely you did.
Is it heirloomy?
it's not the one he did through Wii.
That's the one he did through Riot. Jared's got several knives going, and I saw it. Well, I can't say because that'll give away what my stewing about. Never mind. But he's got several coming.
Quality.
This is true. If y'all have cats, y'all know this is true. Did y'all see that short?
No, but I've been fucked up.
Watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna have it go again. Watch this. The belly is a trap. Watch what happens. The cat even breaks out a knife in a second. My fucking cat. So there's knife shit. I mean, check out these badasses. I mean, they've been fishing, so they've each got a fish. And look at this jump. And he doesn't want to lose his fish. You better fucking bow up. Go for it. But see, I could watch. I mean, again, this isn't knife content, but this is soothing content to me. Now, if I was watching animals get eaten, he undershot it.
Yeah, I watch, whatever ridiculous shit like this, and
this is the drone that I want. That's $399, and that's 4K, and that's that same company, I think. No, it's
dude.
Okay.
No, the fucking DJI one is.
Yeah.
Oh, poor little bastard got stuck with the crabs.
Hey, he was messing with it. And, cats, I don't know if you've seen the cat snake videos, but cats' timing is so much faster that they're almost immune from snake bites. I love this guy. This guy does have a tiny camera on his cat. So his cat, his channel is Mr. Kitters the cat, and this is a kitten playing with it, but it'll have fights. It goes around up trees, and this is just a little kitten fucking with it. But if you can tell, Mr. Kitters has under his chin a little.
Yeah, you can see it.
So if we go to Mr. Kitter's channel, and then we'll go back. The greatest are when he's following other cats. Anyway, I don't want to get into Mr. Kitters. We're just going to go down the. We got here. I don't want to see a.
Nope, none of that. Thanks.
Nope. But hey, it shows up. It shows up because I don't know if I'm just a nature freak or.
It's gonna show.
Now I bet you the pigeon doesn't make it. I bet you the pigeon doesn't make it, and I can handle that. I can handle watching a cat get a pigeon or a fish out of the air, and I know it's brutal. And these are great. Anytime they rescue an animal, and then the animals come back. Because it's falling down in there. And so what'll happen is the fawn look at this. And I know it could be movie magic, but they remember who helped them out. Anyway, just crazy shit. These guys market like crazy. But what do we got here? I couldn't handle that. Send me to South America on some ayahuasca and let me walk down a trail and have that come at me. I'm liable to climb a tree like that little guy just did.
That guy's coming to rip your balls off.
I've seen that. I've seen similar videos like that.
Tree stand. That shit would make my day if that bear just swatted that dude's face.
Yeah, but that's and black bears are usually. Check it out. There's another one that I've got that might show up here of a coyote coming up and checking on them because they're curious, man. They can smell.
I'm not a fan of hunting, whatever, tree stands. Fucking get down on the ground.
Well, yeah, I don't think. I can't pull a trigger on an animal anymore either. So I'm totally for the animals. But like shit like that, to me, that's just majestic. It's just some kind of cat walking. But then this will probably be brutal.
Oh yeah, just a little bit.
Well, the hogs usually always get away. Guys, hogs are going to take us over. You can say what you want to.
In Texas, they already have.
But big cats, to me, I mean, I know it's brutal to watch them take down something.
No, not watching that. Turn it.
All he's doing is picking on it.
I don't care.
Territory. They're having a territory spot.
It's my little buddies, squirrels.
I'm all about squirrels. We talked about squirrels earlier in the what do we got here?
What was the deal with that squirrel in New York? It ended up getting turned in by the neighbor.
No, that's Fred and Peanut.
It got turned in by someone online. I think.
Yeah,
is it true they were upset that the squirrel had more followers?
That was the original story, and that's part of the story.
People always feel the need to be like, oh, that animal should be in the wild. Once you rehabilitate an animal and they get like used to people, if you set it into the wild,
they won't survive.
It's not. Well, first of all, like with Buttercup, we bottle fed. We released her into our yard. She came back every day, but she was so used to people. They're not supposed to, like, she would just run up to fucking people.
Scotch's work.
And that's no good. You know what I mean? Like you don't want in New York City a squirrel
set one up today.
And
no, because they're too trusting and they'll end up getting hurt.
So, and yeah, it's just not, you're not supposed to do it.
I love these videos.
Always think that they know what the fuck is, there's always some jackass. Oh, that wildlife should be in the wild, blah, blah, blah. Just shut the fuck up and leave the guy alone and the damn squirrel.
Well, let me tell you the story that I heard that came out, and it doesn't change the fact that those animals, if what I've heard, and I'll tell you what it is true, those animals still should have been taken to another place that deals with animals, right? Because they were clearly domesticated, they were clearly very popular, and they were really celebrities. It backfired on whatever happened.
Like that.
But the truth of the matter is the guy and the gal, the husband and wife, we're doing OF content, which is not against the law on its own, but they live in New York. And New York has a statute on their books that says there is no production. Production is of that type of, I can't say it, but production of that is not allowed in New York. And there's several other things about distribution. And with it being OF, that was allegedly, that's the government's response, right? So we weren't going for them. And allegedly, to his credit, Peanut bit one of the officers in defense.
Their OF has nothing to do with squirrel.
No, it doesn't. But that's allegedly, again, and I'm agreeing with you 100% that the animals were handled incorrectly. The government is saying that they were coming, their warrant to enter was not to get or fuck with Fred and Peanut. Because the other part of it is their other business besides animal rescue, and they weren't doing anything with the kids, but they also had a daycare. And the person that evidently turned them in was a subscriber because they were a neighbor to their content. And they had cameras all around their house, so it wasn't just stuff that they were doing in one room. So the kids that were at the daycare were hanging out in the same common areas on the same furniture. And it was just one of those weird things. Who knows what the real story is? The bottom line is
whatever. It's not good if they're, making that kind of content with kids around. If it's at two separate times of the day, are you trying to, listen, anywho, that's a whole different story.
That's what I'm saying. So either way, it's wrong. Exactly. The squirrel and Fred the raccoon and their other animals that they had, who knows what happened to them, should have been relocated because somebody would have been happy to have them.
Yeah.
So that's just fucked up.
Several wildlife rehabilitators, and the way that I think it seemed like instead of them being like, oh, this is going to go, they just fucking killed them so they didn't have to go to court or some shit over it.
Yeah, exactly. It's laziness. It's how great's this? Are y'all seeing this?
Who called the shots on that? And the way it got politicized is the most dumb fucking thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. That's so much bullshit.
I didn't even see it get politicized on one way or another. I just saw it as don't trust your fucking government.
It was,
and that's both
the most
sides.
ridiculous thing. According to the news, and certain people running for office, us evildoers killed the squirrel.
Holy shit, that kid!
No, that was brutal. Have y'all seen that? He's okay. But
trip to the hospital.
I shared this with Pocket Metal, and
that's so gross.
You got to watch it again. You got to watch how this kid, and I've messed my ribs up. I think luckily he probably doesn't have fully formed bones, so it was probably
just a regular bicycle. He was hauling that much on.
He was going downhill on his little bike, and if you'll notice,
it snapped.
Well, you know what? Snapped.
He hit a fucking pole.
He hit a goddamn pole. Watch this.
Dude, but
watch,
still,
see the pause. Watch this. Watch.
Ass to snap that shit.
Yeah, but he hit it probably at 15, 20 miles per hour straight on. So he couldn't have hit it any worse. So anyway, you got cats on my feed. And this is just John Feed Hour. While hopefully y'all are putting in, because I'm getting ready to draw for this, Stevie Ray Vaughan. I was trying to find, what do we got here? No, I don't want to see rabbit swim. I wanted to find one of my big cats getting an alligator. Okay, we're going to stop this. There's an alligator. Hopefully it's
that's the other thing that's funny. So I think, isn't it in New York also that the guy has a fucking gator living in his house, and that thing's still, like, they're still in debate of whether the guy gets to keep his pet alligator, but yet they killed the squirrel instantly?
Well, again, that's exactly if we were looking at it on the face of one animal versus another animal, if they were indeed coming because of the animals, that's totally wrong.
Holy shit!
Allegedly, they were coming for
what kind? So, are they on a boat right now?
They're on a boat. But they're not throwing any different bait in. What's going on? I'm not seeing them rebait.
I guess when those things are feeding, man, they just fucking hit anything. It looks. Or wait, are they sitting on it? That's not a boat, is it?
No, it's just. It looks like just maybe. Well, they're out in the middle of the ocean. It looks like, doesn't it to you?
Weird. The water's happening on the side there,
and there's nothing under it. Yeah, it's on. Hand fishing for tuna on the high seas is one of the craziest things you've watched. So they're on the high seas. They're on a boat, and tuna is probably one of the most expensive. Dude, there's a great video here. Somebody's got like a 400-pound tuna on the line, and I forget what those are worth per pound because the Instagram post shows it, but they're about to get it on the boat, and a great white shark comes up and just bites it in half.
Let's
see if I can find it. I get some good shit. Keep talking, entertain, because I'm not seeing anything except Instagram.
It said something on a can of tuna. We saw it, and it was fucking hilarious. It was like non-GMO or some shit like that, or I don't know, just like something stupid that, like, of course it's not. It's fucking tuna, you idiot.
That was beautiful. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that?
No, did it bite him?
Yeah, it's a coyote, and the dude's trying to make friends with it. Watch this. Come here, buddy.
Fingers, motherfucker.
How about fuck you? And then here's a slow motion stop footage of the actual.
Yes. Now motherfuckers got to go get rabies shots. Oh, fucking shit.
All right. I love Chucky. Cats and Christmas trees.
I'm getting ready to have to go through that, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's brutal.
We've been trying to figure out like what the fuck we're gonna do to make them not like destroy everything.
Now, what's weird about Instagram is every now and then I'll watch these and they'll be successful. Like that was amazing. And I'll see people take their last jump. I mean, it's weird what Instagram will show you, but they tell you this is not good. This is not good. I'm trying to find.
I was wondering what you're looking for.
I'm looking for this And if I don't see it, and I'm going to say 7 more pictures too.
I think that guy didn't have enough fucking drums.
That was Neil Peart, wasn't it? Or Pert, however you say it.
Was it?
Nope.
Jesus.
Some guy doing a Schism cover. There's one guy I like, and it's that Spanish guy I share with you guys. Esperado. Look at that. A black cheetah, or is that a panther with spots? I don't know what the fuck that is. All right, we're done. So we're going to stop sharing. We're going to see how many people have signed up for our giveaway. I wanted to find the shark eating the tuna. That's what I wanted to find. Now I'm going to find it. By God. And if I put it on YouTube, I'll get copyright. Shark eating tuna. Boom. Shark eating tuna.
Yeah.
Here it is. Maybe I want to see the one on the boat. That's not the one I want to see. Let's see if it's going to even give anyone. This is ridiculous. I swear to God, Instagram's search function is about as bad as it gets, because that's not the tuna that I was going to find, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. And then I'm going to break my cardinal rule that I only started last week because it was such a pain in the ass. So that's a little shark, and that's a little fish. That's not what I wanted to show you, so I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to go to YouTube, and I'm going to go shark eating tuna. Shark eating big ass tuna.
Really a search function, so to speak. It doesn't like it's not like fucking Google. It's way different. It's like
no, you're right. You're exactly right. Now YouTube is very much like Google.
Kind of, but they're just as bad.
Like here, let me stop it. Let me get to the all right.
You can search for something and then start scrolling down, see the same, 12 videos, and then there could be some, and then it'll show shit that's not related at all. Keep going, and then it'll show you shit that is related, but it just wasn't as popular. Had a big shark.
Oh, look how big the tuna was. Tell me that wasn't
like the worst idea ever is to have us in your ear while you're at work. Joe, I don't. It's like almost like you hate yourself. It's bad enough when you can see us, but to actually be able to just hear this nonsense.
When I was working, guys, I would listen to live streams. I would always listen to I would be a lurker in Big Red's weekly stream. Who else's daily stream? There's somebody else. Oh, Patty Potato Peeler. Have you talked to him lately?
I have not. My schedule's fucking for shit, and I feel bad. I need to message him, but no, I haven't said hi or anything.
We have 44 entries.
He's a nice guy,
and we have about 59 people, so we're good. I'm going to throw it up here just in case anybody's come lately and they have not entered yet, and then we're going to do our giveaway. Hashtag burnt relic. GFW2. I don't even know what threads are. I always post over there. I post threads and then a picture. I never know what they are.
What the fuck does that mean? You don't know what they are? It's the
same. No, I don't know. It's a separate app.
Yeah, but you see, so the thing about it is that's funny is once you get it, you can't unget it.
Is it Twitter for layman wise? And I know it's not the same, but is it basically Twitter type stuff for Instagram?
I've never even used it, but I heard him talking about it like on something. But what I also saw is I'm pretty sure the user agreement says you can't, once you agree to use it, you can't get rid of it without getting rid of your whole Instagram account.
Really?
Yeah. The two are like, you can't, it's like, once you say, okay, I'm going to go down this bullshit rabbit hole.
Well, see what it was on my desktop. I don't even think I can get the threads on my desktop.
I don't understand why we keep needing new fucking ways of annoying each other as a society.
And again, I'm not going to go down my conspiracy rabbit hole about them wanting us to stay isolated, except for through the internet. Check this shit out. I watch this kind of stuff too, and I'm amazed by it because I know people fall off all the time. I used to ride a mountain bike down like hills, but nothing like this because this is rocks, and they're like 600-foot drops on either side. Well, look at this dude.
Yeah, I'm good. Unless, I mean, I don't know. You have to. At one of those times, it has to be your first time, and you don't know where all the little thises and that's are that are gonna fuck your ass up.
Yeah, exactly. And the whole thing is that there's hundreds of compilations of people like missing their jump, and all they do is go off the trail slightly and whack their shoulder on a tree. I mean, the wipeout videos.
I've done that. I took a bike down a trail that was not suited for that kind of shit, and within the first 5 minutes, me and my friend went, and we lost our brakes. We were just smashing into fucking trees left and right. We left that day feeling so fucking beat up. I think one of us broke our fucking seat. That fucking post snapped off on that fucking thing. Yeah, we had no business with the bikes we had going down that shit. We got fucking our asses handed to us.
Dude, it was so fearless. I saw a thing, and you guys can probably relate to it from your own generation, but I grew up in the late 70s, early 80s, where we rode without helmets. We always built jumps. We always skateboarded when skateboards first came out. Downhill, before you knew about speed wobbles, you learned about speed wobbles by going downhill. And you were on a little plastic board that was, I mean, when we started, we got a bunch of people in, everybody in, 5 minutes of said faction, Ed Harrison said. So is everybody in? I'm getting ready to draw. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good luck, everybody. And then after we're done, y'all hold up because I got to throw my email address up there.
Faction.
That seems early. I thought they were an hour after I stopped.
No
Are
idea.
you sure?
I don't know.
Live their times around?
No, because the time change.
But it never changes. That's right. It doesn't change in. Hold on a second.
Faction, the time doesn't change there, but it changes. We've been trying to, in Washington, they've been trying to get the time to change, but the government won't approve it or some shit. I don't know why.
They start in 1 minute and 47 seconds. Well, they're going to have to fucking chill. How long have I been going?
Well, it's not like anyone has to chill. It's the fucking.
No, I've been going over 3 hours. I should stop. All right, let's do the drawing. Here we go. I'm kidding, guys. I love Stevie and said faction. Maddie. So the winner tonight is
Not them. So yeah.
Paul Mike. Hold on, let me get a little pad of paper here. And then the first thing I'm going to do, Paul, is throw my email address up here, but then I'm going to ask you which one of these you want. Are you in here, Paul? Talk to me, Paul. Talk to me.
2 L's, or is it Paul I might?
It's something like that. It's unique.
It's like 2 L's, because if it was an I, it would be a uppercase and not a lowercase.
Paul. So is it pronounce it Paul?
And if Paul Mike has had to slip since I went so long, I'll contact him and find out which one. But are you in here, Paul? Talk to me, brother. Talk to me. Autumn Wind, what's up, brother? I miss so many people when you guys come in here, and I do apologize. Let me get my pen. Oh, I didn't show you guys the latest blade that I've been carrying that is awesome.
Oh, there you go. It might be a middle initial.
It's my favorite
Fucking brain.
T-tail knife so far. Paul Mike for the win. Where are you, brother?
First.
Paul first. Paul won. Or it's Paul.
Someone, Acid Test Kid said it's Paul Elmite.
Paul Elmite. Well, I always see him in here. I mean, he's a regular. I see him in here all the time. If I'm not mistaken, he's a channel member. He chats all the time.
Elmite, tell us what the fuck his name means.
And I put it in, and then I went on forever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write him down because I haven't done that yet. I opened my book, and there he is. All right, Paul. I'm going to quit sharing. Hold on. First, I'm going to write your freaking name down because I'll forget that. And guess what, guys? Next week, we have a cool guest that you guys will like, and I'll share it.
Wait, stop. There's no one cooler than me in Pocket Metal.
No, you and Pocket Metal are regular. But there's going to be a guest that's going to join.
We're just chopped liver.
I know.
No.
Fuck.
But that's not the cool thing, you freaking narcissistic. It's all about me, people.
Yeah, it is all about me.
It's going to be the 100th episode of Friday Night Flicks.
Oh, shit.
And I actually went live, not Friday night, but for the Friday Night Flicks. When I did that, it was when I decided I was going to go live on Friday nights, and did it. I've done it every night since. I hadn't missed one. So, Paul, what I want you to tell me is, I'm going to show you two knives, and you're going to say number one.
Right and go.
Yeah, tell us who's going to be on.
All right.
You're welcome.
So, number one is the larger of the two, and it is the Flissa. This knife is much more, it's still very slicey, but it's thicker blade stock. It's got more of a tactical, I'd say, posture, but it's really not. It's just a drop point. It's got the sheath, the tech lock that you can take off, put anything on to mount with it. And it is, just so you know, it's going to be bigger. It is 7 inches long. And then the other one, which is the one I prefer, is this little Omesia or Omessa. It's smaller, but it is a Nesmuk little blade. They're both super slicey. This one's more slicey. Still got thick blade stock, but it's got a tall flat, and it is, I want to say it's 6. Yeah, it's 6 inches. So you can throw up there the 6-inch or the 7-inch. The 6-inch being, let's just do this.
Holy shit.
And all you got to do is throw up. The Omesia is great. I mean, they're both great knives. I was surprised by both of them, but I like this one. I like the way it cuts. Number 2, perfect. That makes it easy. So the Omesia, and I'll tell you what, I've thrown my email address up there. Let me do it again. Where is it? Let me hit my little button on the stream deck. Throw it up there. If you'll shoot me your address, buddy, and you shoot it to me tonight, you don't have to shoot it to me tonight or early in the morning, I will get your Omesia out tomorrow. So Paul might. All right, let's exit solo layout. Oh no, we started. All right, guys. I'm peacing out. Love y'all.
Bye-bye.
Look out for the guy or gal to your left. Look out for the guy or gal to your right. Oh, let me do this first. Watch this.
Fucking sons of bitches.
Hello? What the fuck is going on?
That son of a bitch muted my mic.
He muted me too, and then he fucking left.
Move.
I didn't leave.